Oh, mm, at least you noticed.
I recognise it wasn't right. There we go. Oh no, hang on.
Hey.
Hang on.
Oh.
Hello? Yes, there we go. Welcome back, everybody. Hope we're all doing well. So, the last time out, the party managed to get back to the Silverleaf Grove refugee camp. And through a series of discussions, talked about with Baldwin's mother the origins of a potential green dragon that has potentially come across the grove before. And fought off some orcs on your way back as well, who seem to have rallied the help and support of some stone giants. Fending off that attack, got your way back to camp, and then on your way over to meet Fenrir and whatever summoning he has planned for you, Shimmer noticed Kyla playing with a toy nearby. Discussion with him and a sharing of secrets. Kyla whispered into Shimmer's ear that he was going to kill them all as his eyes flashed green. Shimmer, as he whispers this in your ear and you kind of step back for a second in shock and horror, there's a wry grin on his face as it's a look of smugness. And he jumps up on top of the box that he's been playing on, jumps off that box, away from you, into the darkness and behind some of the tents. The rest of you are making your way towards the cave entrance where the council of this camp that's been led by Fenrir is gathering. So, we'll start with you, Shimmer. Anything you would like to do post your interaction with Kyla?
Good question. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. I will make my way back to the others. I think anyone that knows Shimmer well enough, probably the boring, would notice that she was agitated, but I won't say anything. Just let the druids have their council of Elrond.
All right.
Well, in that case, then if I notice that something's a bit up with Shimmer, I'd probably move like, I don't know, in line with her or whatever, and then just sort of like maybe hold a hand or go near and just like, yeah, is everything alright?
I should give his hand a squeeze and say everything's not okay, but we'll have to talk about it later. Let's get this over with.
All right. Yeah, in your own time. Let's get this done.
Okay. Anything else anybody else is doing as you make your way towards the cave entrance? Okay. You follow Baldwin's mother towards the cave entrance, and you can see that there's a flickering of torchlight inside. And as you get there, there's actually quite a crowd has begun to form inside. They're stood in a kind of semicircle, and it's about 4 or 5 people deep. As you kind of push your way forward, you see Fenrir is sat in a kind of very common-looking, not very well-made chair, and stood in front of him is Michael and his father Hans. You guys kind of push your way through, and Baldwin's mother ushers you along to come in and stand at the front of this crowd. As you do, Fenrir notices you coming towards. Oh, and you've got Xander over your shoulder, right?
Lexi? I'm holding him like this. I've not slung him over my shoulder.
Fair
I'm
enough.
holding him with both arms.
Okay.
At my chest.
And he's wrapped currently.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Baldwin. Michael here tells me that you have killed your friend. Care to share your side of the story?
Yeah, So we followed Michael down to this cave on a few hours out. I saw Michael and Xander going at it. We didn't know what was going on, so we had them separated till we figured out what was going on. And we managed to get Xander to tell the truth, and we tried to reason with him to try to bring him back here so he can answer for what he did. But he wasn't having it, and he stood his ground, and we had to deal with it, unfortunately.
And Xander was leading these orcs.
He not leading them per se. There might be someone else involved.
Well, explain. This isn't the time for cryptic messages or clues. We must have answers.
Yeah, he mentioned a druid that he met in the wilderness. Speaking of new ways of trying to expose ourselves to the world and to not be in hiding, and putting ideas in his head, liberal ideas. But we don't. He might have something to do with it, but we're not too sure at this moment who led the orcs. But we know that Xander had a part in it.
Do you have a name of this druid?
I don't remember.
Moniv. Moniv.
Okay, Moniv. It was Moniv.
Anybody here know this name, Monev? And it looks around the rest of the group of people that are gathered. You recognize a few of them, Baldwin. Some of them are slightly senior kind of members of the Grove, been around for a while, and then there's obviously the less well-known individuals around as well. Kind of people kind of look at each other and murmur and shake their heads at each other. And where might we find this druid?
Xander didn't give me an exact location. He just said he met him out in his woods when he was in his travels for this rite of passage.
And what do you make of this orc threat now, Baldwin? Is it extinguished?
It has been taken care of. We eliminated all the orcs. They should not pose an issue any longer.
How can you be sure?
You're just gonna have to trust me.
We'll see about that. Michael pipes up. Anyway, we did encounter some orcs on the way back. But they seemed like the last ragtag group of them. What was left over, nothing significant. Fenrir kind of scratches his beard and ponders for a moment. There's a few people like stragglers that have kind of made their way in from the camp that are still wandering through. A few of them are wild shaped into different things. There's like a badger that kind of scurries through and nestles itself in between a few people, then drops out a wild shape. A bird kind of flies in, a small kind of sparrow type thing, and perches up on top of one of the torches. And a little mouse kind of runs in and like scampers like up your leg and up onto your shoulder, Baldwin. Kind of whistles. Mind if I sit here? You're quite tall.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Kind of like nestles down on your shoulder. And a few more people just kind of start making their way in. Hans then says to Fenrir, Fenrir, it is clearly time that we make our move back to Silverleaf. If we think the old threat is extinguished, now is the time to move. No! No, not until we know for certain. The threat is too high. Hans kind of shakes his head. No, we really must be moving on. I don't think you quite understand the toll it's taking on the people here. few murmurs kind of around the place, people nodding at each other. And I am the leader of this camp, and I will make the decisions. Do not undermine me. I will go when I know it is safe to go, or we are ordered otherwise. Anything anybody would like to say or do?
Just to be absolutely clear, Fenrir wants to stay, and like Hans wants to. He wants to go back to the grove.
Yeah, I mean, even with a low passive insight, for all of you, really, you're getting the sense that most people that you're surrounded around are kind of seeing this as an opportunity to leave this camp that's been reasonably well defended, but get back to the grove and re-establish what you had there. That's kind of the impression. This idea from Fenrir, from everybody else's perspective that you're getting an insight from, it doesn't make sense.
That Fenrir will be saying this.
Sorry?
That Fenrir would be like adamant about staying.
It's a weird decision.
Okay.
At least based on what he knows.
Oh, just okay. Like Grandpa, I think it'd be wise to head back to the grove. It's probably more defendable there, and the orcs know of our location. They wouldn't probably expect us to be back over there if there happens to be more of them or other dangers. But are we still in communications with the other camps nearby? That way, you know what our next moves are. That it's safer.
You think yourself wiser than me, Baldwin, do you?
I don't, Grandfather, but we can't. It's too dangerous here. Frankly, I'm quite surprised that you'd want us to stay.
Who says that we don't hit the open road and our caravan is attacked on the way? You say Xander has been manipulating these orcs against us. Do you have evidence of this, other than your word?
Only me, Michael, and I's, and my party's witness to it. We have no physical evidence at this moment.
A group that now seems quite quiet when they weren't before. Anything anybody would like to say?
I've got plenty to say if you want to take it. Like you told me to shut up last time.
There's like it's a few murmurs around the cave. You're like, ooh. Stands up from his chair and takes a few steps forward. Very well, if you think yourself more knowledgeable and experienced than I, and tell me. What do you think we should do?
I think you should trust your grandson because he's seen more of the outside world than you have in the last 200 years. He knows what's going on. Leave. Your people want to go home.
And how do you propose we defend ourselves on the open road?
We'll go with you. You've got plenty of able-bodied warriors here. You seem to put a lot of trust in Michael and his crew.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Sorry, I've got to open my character sheet.
$14. You say this, he kind of chuckles to himself slightly. Yes, too young to know the true dangers of the world. No, we will stay until we know for certain the way is clear back home. Michael then, pipes up again. Fenrir, this is a mistake. You really must listen to what we're telling you. He snaps back at him, turns around and walks right up into his face. Care to judge me, do you? Care to challenge me, perhaps? He kind of like takes a step back, opens his arm wide. Does anybody here care to challenge my authority? I am the leader in this camp. I am an elder. Nobody else here has seniority over me. These decisions are mine, and mine alone.
If you're so scared of the outside, then why stay here? Like, if you're scared about what's going to attack you, blah, blah, blah. Like, they could just easily attack your heroes on the road, so why not just go home? And then, like, yeah, you're risking getting attacked on the road, but you're risking getting attacked here, and the longer you stay here, the higher the risk that goes up, so just go home and then you'd be safe, wouldn't you?
Kind of like, he doesn't really, like, he partly acknowledges what you're saying, but his mindset now, like, you can see quite clearly without a check, is like, his mind's made up. Like, that's the narrative he's pushing, and that's the decision he's made.
Don't you want to go home and protect your shard?
He hears this and kind of looks across at you. His eyes narrow. Enough! None of you have the authority over me. These decisions are mine. You are welcome to leave whenever you like. At this point, the little mouse on your shoulder, Baldwin, kind of repositions itself on your shoulder. Squats down a little bit and leaps forward off your shoulder and into the middle of the area where everybody is stood. And as it moves through the air, the individual that was taking this shape drops into a humanoid form, lands on their feet, and the rest of you with their back to you. You see a tall figure, long, flowing green robes, very slender, elegant. You can see after a few seconds that this is an elven woman. Very tall, very slender. And on her head, she wears a very beautifully made and intricate ivy and flower crown. I believe I have authority over you, Fenrir. Fenrir's face completely drops. His body tenses up. Thylindra, I didn't know you were here. No, clearly you did not. You are dismissed for now. He kind of like drops his head and skulks back and backs up into the rest of the crowd. She turns to you all. The orc threat is exactly extinguished. Scouts reported earlier this day that a large orc army was on its way to the mountains. However, this army appears to have been destroyed by what we do not know. But now this is the right opportunity to make our way back to the grove. These are my orders. Collect your things, pack up, and at first light, we will march in caravan back to Silverleaf Grove. Hans, you will execute my orders and lead this camp home. Others have already started making their way. You're all dismissed. She kind of flings
I found it in
one.
Insight, that last comment.
Which one?
Of the other people going home.
Yeah, make an insight check.
At the very start. Okay. Uh-huh.
Really hard to read. You don't know this person, and seems to be truthful for as much as you could know.
Okay.
She kind of flings one of the robes back over her shoulder and kind of starts slowly and elegantly making her way towards the exit of the cave. Or do any of you would like to do anything? You're more than welcome to.
It's like Aunt Delindra.
She kind of, as she's walking past you and you call out her name, she turns and very slowly and elegantly and looks towards you. Ah, Baldwin, my dear boy. How are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing okay, given the circumstances. How are you, and how's the rest of the camp that you were in?
She places her hand very gently on your shoulder. We have survived. That is what is most important. Come. Help your fellow friends and druids. Help us get home. We'll talk more.
As you say, of course.
Steps through the rest of the crowd. A few more people kind of start to interact and talk with her. She gives brief passing comments and conversation, but she's not rushing, but she's just kind of making her way out.
Where is Xander's parents? Are they present?
Make a perception check.
That's a 0, baby.
14. You don't see them here, and you haven't seen them come that way. You're not too sure.
Okay. I'll be able to ask.
Sure, you can ask anyone.
I will turn to the nearest druid that isn't Michael. Go away, Jay. You're not. Isn't Michael Hands?
Is he the nearest? Is he the nearest druid?
Well, no, not. I avoided that one.
I'm the nearest druid. Ask me. I know everything.
Well, you weren't there when they took away his parents. So I wasn't going to ask you.
Yeah, there's another kind of half-elven individual that's stood reasonably close to you.
I will sort of extend a pseudopod, tap her on the shoulder.
Oh, it's you.
In a somber tone, I will say, yes. You wouldn't happen to know where Xander's parents are, would you?
I haven't seen them. Don't think they came to this meeting. They're probably still in their tent.
Okay. Thank you. I wasn't sure if they'd be somewhere else considering what happened when we left.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's all right. And I will walk backwards.
Anybody
Away
doing
from that
anything else?
conversation. And I guess I will attempt to find the parents, if anyone, and leave this cave, unless anyone stops me.
Yeah, people are starting to kind of filter out of the cave now. A few people are still nattering and talking. There's lots of conversation going on.
Is Fenrir there still?
Yes, he's kind of stood with his back to the cave wall, just kind of staring into the middle distance. This conversation's happening all around him, but he's not engaging in any of it. He's just kind of like a little bit. Looks like he's a little bit in shock.
Probably a little embarrassed that he just got kind of like
One-upped.
Yeah, one-upped a bit. That I was just grandfather. I apologize for interrupting your pondering, but where are Xander's parents?
As you wander up to him, he kind of still continues to stare off into the middle distance. I think they're back in their tent. I don't know. Maybe. I have things I need to do. Kind of like picks himself up a little bit and starts to brush past you and march off out of the cave.
Okay. Thank you. See you on the road then.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess we can check out their tent, Lexi. Make sure they're okay.
For you're coming with me. I didn't see you there. Sorry. It's understandable. I did see your best friend.
You're a little quiet for me, Adam. Ah!
So yeah.
Yeah, that fixed it.
Is that better? Thank you.
Yes. Let's go make sure they're okay. They've been through a lot, and I'm sure they've recently just discovered that their son has passed away. So the least we can do is give our condolences.
Seems like the lawful good thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so anybody else do anything different? Willow, Shimmer, Laboran?
I will kind of beckon the others over and say we really need to talk somewhere private as soon as we can.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can go back to our tent.
This before dropping off Xander with his parents deal, or a post?
I feel like we should just carry him around forever at this point.
Yeah,
I've
he's
written
part of
what
the
to
team now.
I've written.
I think you. It looks to me like you might have started to digest him a little bit, so maybe we'll just go
He's
with it.
in a towel. I don't eat towels.
I mean, if you guys want to deliver the body and then
We'll meet you.
we'll
We'll meet
go
you
back
back
to the tent.
We'll meet you.
Mhm.
There.
Okay, meet us back at the
Pack
tent.
up.
That's fine.
And then we'll pack up and stuff and we can dip.
Don't dither though; it's important. And whatever you do, don't talk to anyone.
Of course.
Nor speak to any strangers.
Mm-mm.
Don't speak. It's more the people we know I'm worried about.
Nope.
No.
Should be a straight pass.
Okay. So you head into Xander's parents' tent first.
Yes.
Okay. Make your way. You make your way there. You walk past your own tent to get there first. To get there, you approach kind of the front of it, and the flaps are currently closed. There's no torchlight from
Yes.
inside either that you can see.
I would sort of gesture to Baldwin to sort of introduce it. I feel like he would be a more calmer face rather than the stranger bringing in a corpse.
I'm gonna have to make up a name.
What? Huh?
I don't know the Xander's name, the parents' names.
You would
I do.
Okay.
ask.
I recall. I try to recall their names.
Roll a history check.
Did you give them names? I don't think you did.
No, I didn't. Amanda and John.
No, all right. Yeah.
John.
They're humans, so it makes sense. Those are human names. Okay, so I'm just like, John, Amanda, you in there?
You don't get a response immediately, but a male voice does call back quietly. Who is it?
It's Baldwin.
Oh, one moment. Kind of hear a clattering of things and things being pushed around. Yes, please, come in.
Thank you.
And as you walk in, the tent is not lit at all. There's no lantern or torchlight in here whatsoever. And you can see that John is he's clearly just quickly put on a jacket of some kind. And Amanda, as you can see, still in her bedroll, kind of covered up. She doesn't look asleep, but she doesn't seem with it either.
I'm sorry to bother you guys. I know it's been pretty hard. I know they treated you pretty badly, and I'm sure you must know about Xander at this point.
Yes, they told us earlier to do. And you see there's tears starting to fill his eyes.
My friend and I came here to deliver you his body, so that way you may perform the proper rites and give him a proper rest. It's the least we can do, given everything.
You can hear there are now loud and audible sobs from Amanda in the bedroll as you start to say this. He looks back at her and then back to you. Thank you, Baldwin. Did you? You did it because you had to, right?
Of course. If there was any other way, we would have taken that way. This is the last thing I wanted to happen.
He loved you, Baldwin. You were his best friend.
And I loved him. He was like a brother to me.
He thought the same. I know he did. I can't believe this has happened. These tears that are filling his eyes are now starting to stream down his cheeks. There's the occasional wail of sadness from Amanda in the bed. Thank you for bringing him home. What's happening now?
The Lindra came and ordered us all to head back to Silverleaf. The other camps are doing the same. So I know it must be pretty difficult right now, given everything that's happening really fast and everything, but you must get ready to depart soon.
I don't think we can go back there. No.
You have to. It's safe.
Nowhere is safe.
It won't be safe any longer.
Doesn't matter anymore. There's no point. Nobody will trust us or care for us anymore. Thank you, Baldwin. Good luck on the road, and thank you again. Hope we see you again soon.
Of course. And you mustn't worry. I know you guys didn't have anything to do with it. Xander, his mind was poisoned by some villain in the woods, a rogue. He was the victim in this, and I'll make sure my family knows of that, and that your name is cleared. I can promise you that.
He's kind of just staring you deep in the eyes as you're saying this, and he kind of just falls forward with his arms limply around your shoulders as he begins to sob. Thank you, Baldwin. We don't deserve this. You're a good man. Thank you.
Of course. Now, I'll leave you be in your morning, and I hope to see you on the road soon. Heading back to Silverleaf so we can give Xander a proper burial on hallowed ground.
Yes. Do you think they will allow that?
Yes, I'll make sure of it. Despite Xander's wrongdoings, he had good intentions. I'll make sure he gets a proper burial.
Trust you, Baldwin. We both do. We'll get packed up and we'll see you back at Silverleaf.
Of course, take your time, but don't take too long.
Very good. Kind of taps you gingerly on the shoulder and turns back to Amanda, and you see he kind of kneels down and she's still sobbing and kind of whispers and embraces her.
I look at the that display and fight to hold in tears, like struggling pretty hard, and I just look away and walk out the tent.
Lexi, what are you doing with Xander's body at this point?
I guess I'll just sort of turn to Baldwin and was like, is everything okay in there? Should I just...
Yes, they're.
just bring him in.
No, it's okay. They're in grief right now. They probably won't notice you there. Just lay him down nice and gently near the entrance of the tent, please.
I do that.
Very good. The rest of the evening, the useless fox is entirely yours.
Speaking of day, what time is it?
Right now, it's early evening. I'd say around 7-8 o'clock.
I guess we'll head back to the tent. Or I don't know if you want to check out something on the way back, Lexi.
I mean, there's not much to check out on the way back. Because I doubt there's any landmarks.
Well, in that case, I guess we'll head back.
So what was it you wanted to say, Shana?
So on the way to that, whatever that was, just there, I saw Kayla, and I just stopped to have a little chat with him. And it turns out that he either is or is possessed by Venom Fang. And he said he's going to fucking kill us all.
Well, that part doesn't surprise me. Well, I guess we knew that.
I don't think I can tell Michael that.
No, I mean, I guess we knew there was always something up with him since he tried to poison us. Yeah, Michael doesn't seem like the listening type.
Well, the problem is that he's gonna. I don't know whether he's been to Silverleaf before or not.
Kyla?
When did Michael say he brought him back?
Some months, like 6 or 7 months before this all kicked off.
Okay, so he's been there before, so that's not an issue.
Okay, yeah. So we know that if he is the dragon or is possessed by the dragon, he already has a way inside Silverleaf. So there's no sense, I guess, in worrying about that.
His way inside.
I mean, really. Sorry, go on, Lexi.
His way inside Silverleaf was through Michael, wasn't he? Because that's when Michael found him outside and adopted him.
Yeah.
He must have heard the phrase, though. The answer to the riddle.
Well, we need to find this soul egg, whatever the hell that is.
If it's not the strange non-rock.
Weren't we gonna cast magic on that?
Dispel magic.
Detect and then dispel. See if they did anything.
We did.
Well, that's up to Pip.
Who is currently experiencing
We did identify last time.
Yeah, it didn't work.
I can detect.
Maybe
I think it's probably worth Especially as it's evening, I think it's worth trying Dispel Magic if we can, just to see if anything happens.
I'd like to detect magic first and then do a dispel magic.
You need
All
luck
right,
as a
Laborin, you
paladin to
cast Detect Magic then.
Okay, I cast detect magic. Does nothing because I can't cast magic.
I
There you
can
go.
cast-
Yeah, that's
Suddenly
what
a
was important.
surge of power appears from behind the Laborin.
I start to manipulate Lexi's hands until he casts detect magic.
Oh god. Me.
Yeah. Nice.
Is that what you're doing, Lexi?
I mean, this is what's been around, and I'm impulsive enough to do it.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. This faint aura of energy emanates around you, beyond the confines of the tent. And you see various things start to light up and show you that there is a presence of magic. The things that light up in particular that you notice are yourself, Shimmer, Willow, Baldwin, and some of the items that you guys are carrying. In addition, well, make a perception check for me, because there's a lot of things that are magical in a 30-foot radius to you right now.
I assume I'm also have the stone in sight, as that was the object.
Yeah.
Oh, saving the best till last. Eight. Oh, no, that's nearly an 18.
Yep, so the things that you would expect to light up do, and the stone does not.
Okay. I'm getting nothing on our mystery rock.
Well, if Willow's willing, we can. She can cast dispel magic on it, and
She can save it if she want. I have it as well. That way she can save a spell slot. I'm more than willing to do it.
Yeah.
either way.
Either works.
Okay. So I will use it.
Go for it. Just need to remember the rules for it. What's your spell casting ability?
It's wisdom.
Make a wisdom-
Like what's the number?
Yeah, make a wisdom check for me then, please.
So it's higher.
And you had the proficiency bonus. Then.
So you would add. It's an ability check, so it'd be your wisdom modifier straight check. So +2.
Isn't it a spellcasting modifier?
Yep,
Yeah.
which for him is +2.
Okay.
Okay.
Proficiency
Can I just do
bonus
like a flat
is
20
on-
with
proficiency
+2?
bonus is on attack rolls. Yeah.
Let's see if that does it.
Oh,
19. You cast Dispel Magic, focusing on the stone. Not a recognizable target for the spell.
okay.
Who has proficiency in? Let me think about this for a
Arcana?
second. Yeah, who's got proficiency in Arcana?
I do.
The beam,
So do I.
maybe bit. I mean, well,
Does Willow have a proficiency in Arcana?
Ah, yeah, looking at the wrong halfling.
Ah.
All right. Shimmer and do you, Lexi?
No.
Okay.
I read books. I don't look at magic shit.
Shimmer and Baldwin then. Make an Arcana check each for me, please.
Radio.
Prepare to be disappointed. Oh, that was so
10.
nearly a 2.
Baldwin, this thing is eluding you entirely. No sense of, no druidic knowledge of magic is helping you with this. Shimmer, you're frustrated because you understand magic and you understand the spells that are being used, but you also understand that there are other ways to understand an item's or an object's purpose or meaning or nature. Just can't put your finger on what it is right now.
Oh, I don't know. What if I had someone with some sort of soul bond that was willing to chuck a D4 on the top, maybe?
If I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning that 15 into a 19. Cool. So I'll allow it this time, but those are meant to be used a bit like guidance, so you got to call it out like pretty quickly after the roll result. All right. So Laboran, you can see that Shimmer's kind of like thinking about this, and you can see that it's bothering her and frustrating her, and you feel with your connection to Shimmer there is this thread, an invisible thread between you and her. It's invisible, but it's tangible. You can feel her frustration. You can feel the intenseness in her body and in her mind as she's kind of whirring through all the possibilities on this. With that, you kind of mentally reach out. You want to help her. Just by doing that, you feel that tension between you and her and that connection loosen. Shimmer, you feel that all that frustration and all that challenge in your mind to try and solve this mystery. And then you sense the Boran's presence. Your mind eases and there's some clarity. One way that might work might be to attempt to attune to the item.
Very good. I take it there's no way of knowing, like, who could attune to it. All right. Well, I'll give Laborin a hug to thank him for his inspiration and say, okay, we might be going about this the wrong way. We could try attuning to it. I don't know who could. We could try one by one. We've got the rest of the evening. I don't mind trying first, but if Willow wants to give it a go, or even Baldwin, that's fine, and we'll just see what comes up.
Attuning to it is. We don't know what it does. I mean,
Yeah, it's risky. It is
in the
risky.
hands of someone who was in league with the dragon, and what attuning to it corrupts.
Well, like I said, it's not without risk. I'm willing to try it, but it has to be a party decision. It wouldn't be the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time the bloody bastards cursed me, would it? That turned out all right.
I'm happy to try. Worst comes to worst, you just heal me till I die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, we've got poison for you, which is quite healing. So maybe you're the best one in that sense because you get hurt by it. We've got more powerful ways of healing you than others.
And if it doesn't work with Willow, I do resist damage from poison attacks and can cure poison condition on myself.
That's a good point.
And I have the highest hit points. But probably healing is the best option.
I mean, my worry extends beyond a bit of damage, though. It's whether it comes with a curse or some kind of
Not in the first time.
corruption or something like that.
I'm quite
Yeah,
familiar.
Lexi and I are old hands at curses by now.
Yeah.
Adam, would you mind trying to increase your mic input into Discord for me, please?
Why?
Yeah.
How does that work?
My input is on max.
Something else isn't right. Something in your mic settings
It's
through
from-
the
it's
control
mix-
panel.
I have him at 200%, so I can hear him crisp.
I have him up to that, and I can't hear
Oh.
him crisp at all.
Well,
I
maybe
can
that's
hear him on
you.
100.
I can hear Adam okay.
Really?
Yeah, he's on
Very-
standard for me, and I can hear him fine.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
he's
for me.
great.
I'm struggling.
Well, I'll just talk like this the entire time then,
Perfect.
if that's better for you.
That works for me.
Perfect.
It's
I'll
not
wake
just for
up
me. I'm
now.
trying to make sure the stream hears you over the background.
Oh,
music and stuff
okay.
As well.
Nice.
Anyway,
Yes. Let's be
Well,
really
even if
sneaky
it
through
is-
this part, gang.
Even if it is cursed, maybe it will give us some knowledge that will help us overcome the bastard.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, a few of us have said we're willing to take the risk. I think we all know the risks by now, so
I'd rather you didn't take that risk, Shimmer, to be honest. Willow's already dead, she can do it.
That is a bit
Totally
rude.
expendable.
In all seriousness, Willow, do you want to try first? Or do you want someone else to try first? There's no pressure.
I might as well.
Okay. Well,
I
we'll
will
keep a
attempt
vigil,
to attune
and
to the.
if it goes south, then we'll just deal with it.
so an attempt to tune
Well,
to any item will take at least an hour.
Yeah, let's all
Mhm.
stare at Willow for an hour.
Yeah.
So
No, I think at least one of us should stare outside of the tent in case that little shit turns up again. Because if we're messing with his stuff, he might know.
Who's good at spotting things?
Willow.
I'm so sour with it.
Willow's got the highest perception.
Have I actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I mean-
think you do.
no,
Is
I think Baldwin does.
Yeah,
I
Baldwin,
was thinking
surely
my
you've got
perception's
a
only like
good...
+3.
I have a +5, but I always roll pretty bad anyway, so.
Well,
I'm willing
you're a
to cast
druid. You
enhanced
fit in.
ability on you to make your eyes better.
Or I can be an animal. I can get advantage, so I can at least roll above a 10.
Yeah,
Do you
if you
have
want
any
to do
wild
that.
shapes left?
Yeah,
Do you have
yeah.
any wild shapes left?
Yeah, because I think we
Okay,
short
do that
rest.
No,
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
do
I
that
did.
You short rested in after the fight against
Yeah.
the...
Because Jack was like, "You're short resting here," and like those bodies
Yeah.
everywhere. And yeah, we did.
Yeah,
rest
he
there.
was very angry.
Well, Baldwin, could you maybe keep
I
watch?
remember that now.
Baldwin, could you keep watch for us and see if you can spot?
Yes, of course. I'll be
Then-
something inconspicuous that has advantage on sight or something.
Be like
Which I
a
don't know.
hawk or some shit. So
I
you
don't
I
can
think there's
wish.
any land-born creatures that have that. I think they're normally like eagles and shit.
Mm.
Yeah, Yeah, because eagles, I need to be level 8, which I know we're like
Again,
so close to.
So close.
I could just enhance ability on you. If
Oh, you have enhance ability?
Yeah. You boys got other spells, yo.
Okay, so I can be like a.
Let's play a game called Is It?
So I can be like a worm, and then you give me enhance ability, so I'll be a worm with awesome perception.
Would it not go against you to be a worm, though? Wouldn't you? Would your perception go down being a worm?
I
mean,
use
worms
my.
actually, they don't actually have eyes. I think you need eyes at least
Yeah.
to perceive something.
You probably
which
need
your legs
eyes
do.
to look for things. And it is prepared.
You're right.
First time in my paladin life, I have a. It's always prepared for this.
Well, can paladins
What?
change it on the fly?
I mean, not on the fly.
Or you need a rest?
But this is a spell. This is a spell I get from being a glory paladin. Yay!
I guess I'll just be I'll be a cat or something. Is there cats around here? Like, is that pretty common to see?
Yeah, there's a
got good
bunch of
mind.
people that are moving around as cats and dogs. Agility is pretty helpful. I'll just let you
Stealth
know
checks too.
that their perception is not as good as yours is at base.
But if I'm proficient in it, don't I use mine or no?
Yeah, so yours is a
You-
+5, the cat's is a +3.
That's why. But I use mine. No.
Your mental abilities, not your physical ones.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could just put you outside.
But perception is using your eyes. In the same
Well, that's
way,
wisdom, isn't it?
sure, but then by that logic, you should never have got an advantage when you were ever running around as a dog. So because it's a physical trait, it works in an animal form. So as a cat, you will have the cat's perception, but you will have your intelligence, for example.
I mean, why don't you just go out as you, Baldwin?
I just go out like me.
So
I'll just chill there.
Wisdom is also also applies to survival checks. So depending on the type of survival check I'm asking you to make, like track something or know what time of day it is or something like that, that would be using your mental ability to. Survival check is a mental ability, whereas perception is using the physical characteristics of the creature that you are. It's +3 with the cat, it's +5 as you.
I'll just go outside with me, and I'll take the enhance ability if you would,
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Lexi.
Lay some hand on your shoulder and cast enhance ability on the B-man.
All right.
What do I get? Like owls something?
You get advantage.
Owls
Right.
perception.
You have advantage
Yeah,
on
owls
on
owls'
perception
wisdom. On wisdom checks,
Alrighty.
which include perception.
So Baldwin steps outside and just keeps guard for a minute. Willow, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and attune to the stone, innit?
Tell me how you're going to try and do that.
I don't fucking know. I'm gonna stare at it really hard. I'm gonna spend an hour staring at the stone like this until something happens.
All right.
I'm gonna sort of be on the ready in case some crazy shit happens
For
and
an
we
hour.
need to like fight. Yeah. Every 6 seconds, I hold action.
What action do you hold?
Squatting.
Attack.
Squatting in the corner.
Just got a short bow out. Just every 6 seconds, he's like, "Ugh, ugh."
No, I've got a rapier, just like hand on the hilt.
Fair enough. That's fine. Shimmer, anything you're doing in this?
I'll probably just stand like close to Willow and I'll try and watch how she's doing it just in case it doesn't work and I need to try. But yeah, I'm just gonna be there ready in case something happens. I'll just be quite
If
close to her.
staring hard
Within
at this
10
stone for an hour
10
works,
foot
I'll
or
be
so.
impressed.
Yeah, she's actually turned into her emoji.
All right, Willow, as you attempt to attune to the stone. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Oh, God,
Really?
not again.
Yay!
No.
If only someone had told us it could have been cursed.
I would like to be within 10 feet of Will.
23.
She did it. She did it.
Towards the end of attempting to attune to this stone, the environment around you just kind of begins to go blurry, simply through concentration. You know, you've stared at this thing for an hour straight, like blinking very periodically.
I don't need to blink. I'm dead.
And you're so focused that the stone is the only thing really in your vision. As you stare at it, its green hue begins to swirl within stone itself. It's almost like the inside is made of some kind of liquid. It begins to move around in a circular motion. Do you reach out for the stone?
Yes.
You reach your hand forward to pick up the stone. And in a voice that you've heard before many times in your life,
Oh, God, not again.
so much death. And against your will, your hand draws back. As you look at the stone, swirling stops. Your attunement has failed.
I've just kind of put both hands in my lap because I assume that I sat down for this and I haven't just been stood in the middle of the tent for an hour.
Just staring down at it on the floor.
Just at the floor. And I'll just kind of sit back with my hands in my lap and just be like, nope, Merkel doesn't like that.
I don't know. I can't tell if that's good or bad anymore.
Well, I'd hesitate to say if the god of, let's say, death won't touch it, then maybe we shouldn't. Nothing should be destroyed.
Well, can it even be destroyed?
When you want me to find out?
I mean, well, the thing is, we don't know. Like, destroying it could just as easily curse everybody. Like, what if there's some shit inside it and it casts disintegrate on this entire camp?
Yeah, sure.
Like, we don't
Maybe we should-
know what's in there.
We could bury it.
Well, it's your turn, Shimmer. You said if it didn't work on her, you do it next.
No, I thought.
You want me to try?
You were next.
I mean,
okay.
no, let's not just jump into next person try it after a god's been like, oh, it's a bad idea.
I think she really wants to try it, though. I don't know.
He definitely said that there was so much death.
Yeah, but that's like his deal.
Yeah, so why wouldn't he want it
He'd
to
say that about
happen?
anything. You'd approach like a barbecue and he'd be like, "Dead." That's just Merkel's
Yes,
thing.
that's.
I want to see
The
Cerberus
thing is-
Snape Merkel.
Merkel's thing is walking around next to barbecues and just be like, death.
Or you eat really spicy wings. Yes.
I bet he's fun at parties.
You can just imagine two people
Just a
stood at
man
a
of few
barbecue
words.
with beers in their hands, just chatting to each other about life, and then just Merkel just sides up next to them to join the conversation with a beer in his hand as well. Death. It's like,
Well, you're fun
what?
at parties, huh?
It'd be fantastic for like a vegan's argument, though, wouldn't he?
Walks into a McDonald's. What can I get for you? Death.
Well, I think you're looking for a cemetery, mate.
Merkel's getting his thing now, for God's sake.
I mean, look, I'm willing to try, but Laborin, if you really don't want me to, then I won't.
I mean,
I don't trust it. I don't really. really feel like anyone should be attuning to it after that.
What you mean, a bit like how I felt about that scroll that I asked you not to touch?
Which was fine.
Could this not be the same thing?
This not be fine.
Maybe this is fine.
This feels different.
Uh-huh.
What's
Because
the
you've said
I-
The voice going death versus the swarm of ravens and eyeballs around that one note.
Ravens are cool.
It had eyeballs in its mouth. It said kill or something. Did it glow? Is it still glowing? Is it like active in any way, or is it? It's already kind of like dead again.
I think only Willow saw that.
Say again.
Like, is it powered up again? Is it powered up, or is it like dormant again, or like
Stone.
dead?
None of you
Yeah.
saw it do anything. Only Willow saw
Oh.
anything through stone.
And anyway, Baldwin, you're supposed to be outside.
Yeah,
I have
your
advantage.
children and dragons.
I can hear and see everything. But I mean, it's already been an hour, so my thing's done. Like my advantage thing. I think it only lasts an hour.
How long is it?
An hour.
I ain't recasting that again, bucko.
Okay. So,
it would only benefit you.
but can you concentrate while tuning?
I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see if I do have a thing that can benefit me. Because I.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a. Oh wait, no, that'd be kind of like metagaming. I'm not sure. So was Shimmer gonna give it a go?
Well, there seems to be some debate.
I don't mind having a try at it.
I mean, look, if I know, like, we don't know what's going to happen with this thing, but I can use counter charm just in case it tries to do anything shitty.
Okay.
If anything bad happens, we can we can deal with it. We'll always find a way.
Maybe if it's a case of something like a curse or mind control, even, or something like that. I feel like I'm the most restrainable.
Can you even attune? Can you attune to items? You can.
I can attune to items in general, yeah. I don't know about this, obviously. I'm not a fan of it, but
well,
attuning in danger, then
If anyone's restrainable, it's me. You got control before and damn near killed me. So
Sure, we can tie you up preemptively in case anything happens.
I do have a lot of practice doing that.
Yeah, bondage.
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 yeah. So, like I said, I'd sooner put myself in danger than others. Really.
I'm just as unhappy about you doing it as you were unhappy about me doing it. But if that's what you want to do, then I won't stop you.
I particularly want to do it, but if this is the route we're going down, is just attuning to it and seeing what happens. My only thought was Lexi is quite strong.
I could always doff the armor. I am quite fragile. When, as it's been proven multiple times.
Obviously, the difficulty comes then if I'm wrong and it does, I don't know, summon some beast to attack you and stuff. I've got to admit, I don't know. I don't know all the answers, obviously. It's a risk anyway.
Well, I have less of a chance of an evil god whispering in the back of my head. Shall we just, I don't know, draw straws.
Roll die. Roll a die. Whoever gets the highest number does it. It's a flat d20. So everybody wants to do it. I can tell.
I think everyone wants to do it, but
I semi want.
I'm chilling. Like it can be like y'all three just roll d20, see whoever gets the highest number goes.
all right, fine. Let's just do it. Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
Mm.
Yeah.
22 at 8. 20 to 9. Go on then. Right, roll your d20s.
Oh,
Got to find mine.
oh no. Oh, what?
Whoa!
Get them all out of the
Didn't
way
expect
now.
to win that. Did not expect to win that.
Off you go then,
You
Lexi.
won
lose
with
that.
a fucking 5. That's unbelievable.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Useless fucks, you know.
If that, yeah, like if that doesn't just so accurately describe the useless fucks in a nutshell.
Only those were fucking attack rolls in all of your encounters.
No, that would be
Yeah.
your tokens,
Yeah,
Jack.
exactly. Fucking bullshit.
Should have just rolled a d6, man.
Roll for
It wasn't even
bollocks.
above a 6.
I mean, how about?
All right, Lexi.
I'm just, yeah. Before, in case this is I might get possessed thing. Instead of doffing my armor, I'm just going to give my weapons to other people because I can't add smites onto punches, and those
Okay.
are a lot easier, faster to equip than plate armor, which I think takes 5 minutes to put on.
Yeah, all right. I think it was like 5 minutes. Some shit.
I'm even going to unequip my hand. That's how serious I am.
Just nubs. Or just like no arms.
Yeah. And I will sit cross-legged and I guess do what I saw Willow doing and stare at a rock.
Okay.
Trying
Quite cathartic, actually.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
I'm outside, by the way, too. Just in case.
Ooh.
It's good that you rolled those d20s before, huh?
Yeah.
Lexi, as you imitate Willow's attempt to attune to the rock, you stare at it, and in the same fashion, your vision of the environment begins to blur, and the rock is the only thing that comes into focus. Swirling green liquid begins to twist like a vortex inside the stone. You stare deeper. Calls to you. Do you pick it up?
I will go to pick it up.
As your fingers close around the smooth, polished surface of the stone, there's a sudden chill runs up your pseudopod. And the world around you fades. Sounds drain away and a terrible silence takes its place. And after a moment, sight returns. The rest of you just see Lexi pick up a stone. If he had eyes, they'd be closed, but he's very still. As your sight returns to you, Lexi, there's a vast ashen sky stretching above, thick with rolling clouds the color of a dying ember. Jagged black spires jut from the cracked earth, monuments of twisted stone and bone, each topped with burning sigils that hover and pulse like a dying heartbeat. The air is thick with decay, the scent of dust and old blood clinging to every breath that you take. You stand upon ruins. What was once a city, now reduced to shattered glass and sunken towers. Make a perception check for me.
Are you so blind?
You don't recognize the city. The streets below are lifeless, save for the broken figures hunched over in silent suffering. Their flesh marred by decay, their faces frozen in expressions of despair. They do not scream, they do not speak, they only watch. Then comes a sound, a low rhythmic thrum. Wings. A great shadow passes overhead, vast and terrible, blotting out the dim light from the veiled sun. From the blackened clouds, a monstrous green form unfurls its scaled wings, wider than the city. Wider than the city blocks. Not wider than the city. Its body sleek and lined with veins of pulsing emerald light. Where its eyes should be, there are only an abyss, swirling and endless, like two gateways into the void. Feel strange. This is unsettling and unfamiliar. You kind of try and bring your vision into focus and think about where you might be. The city begins to kind of shimmer and shake, and there's a veil around this city. A veil beyond this city, even. You swear for a moment there are glimpses of home. Small flashes of evergreen and blue light make their way through the darkness, but they don't last. Venom Fang, the tyrant worm, glides overhead. He swoops low, releasing a torrent of green poisonous gas upon the broken city. The stench and the ichor devours the flesh and melts the stone, reducing everything to ruin in an instant. The people do not run. They accept their fates with hollow eyes, their bodies disintegrating into drifting gas. High above, at the peak of the tallest bone-white tower, stands a figure. Cloaked in tattered robes, the skeletal fingers rest upon a gnarled staff. Eyes like empty voids gazing upon the devastation with cold amusement. No words are spoken, yet the meaning is clear. This is the way of things. The dragon is merely a tool. The world is his playground. The suffering is endless, and it is allowed. Your heart pounds as you feel something pull at your mind, at your soul. An awareness, ancient and insidious, turning towards you. You are not merely watching. You have been seen. With a sickening lurch, the vision collapses like a book slamming shut. The stone in your palm is suddenly hot, pulsing with an unsettling rhythm, a heartbeat that is not your own. This memory still lingers in your mind, clear as the day you were born. And somewhere, far away in the dark corners of this world or another, something remembers you now.
Am I back?
You're back.
I will drop, Lexi will drop the rock and sort of lurch upwards onto his feet. Whoa. Oh.
I sort of like Sorry, go on. I thought you finished.
We'll see if that was a I guess I'll see if that was a mistake later. Oh my god. Thanks for sort of gaze around at his group, try and just convince himself he's back in the real world.
I'll sort of like instinctively have had like a hand on like rapier, but I won't like. I'm not drawing it to attack Lexi or anything like that. It's just sort of, nerves and stuff. And then say, what happened? Are you okay?
For now, this is. I think I've heard more than enough visions of some sort of apocalypse for one afternoon. When I attuned to the stone, it sort of brought me to this ruined city with dark clouds overhead. I couldn't recognize it. It looked like the sea itself been shattered like glass. I think was it crystal type spires stabbing out the earth?
No, black stone and bone.
Black stone. Okay. So there was spires or towers of some kind stabbing out of the earth of just giant bones and dark rock. There was sigils at the top. Do I remember what the sigils look like?
Perception check wasn't good enough.
I didn't pay enough attention to the sigils. I was looking at other things. Venom Fang was there. Was he bigger than he is now?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
This was a form of Venom Fang. If Venom Fang, if his transformation to what you've most recently seen him as was terrifying, this is something else. This is a godly transformation.
Okay. Continuing. Venom Fang was there, but he'd grown even more. He'd shadowed entire city blocks under his wings. But most curious, there was this, I think undead figure way off in the distance, on top of one of the bone towers. He was holding some sort of scepter, but it seemed like he was sort of commanding Venom Fang. Like Venom Fang was only this new colossal Venom Fang was only a weapon for this undead to control. But the bad thing is, this undead, whatever he may be, noticed me, and I have been seared in the back of my mind that he can and will remember me, and I am, if I could, shitting myself.
But established that you could. Anyway,
Not.
maybe it's a friend of yours, Willow. Undead.
Just because I am undead doesn't mean I'm friends with every undead that exists.
I'm going to go over and give Lexi a big hug and say, whatever it was, we'll face it together. We'll be fine.
How about we find a way to break whatever soul egg is keeping Venom Fang from rejuvenating, stamp it under our heels, So that giant flipping venom face never comes to fruition.
Well, yeah, that was the idea.
Yes. At that point,
What
I
if
still don't know what
this
stone is,
is
other than just a harbor for the vision.
what if this is his soul and maybe it contains his future inside of it? Or why would he entrust it to Xander? No. No,
mean-
it can't be.
Even if it is, I'm still all for breaking it. I have experienced twice in one evening 2 visions of an apocalyptic future, which is more.
Make a
which is
history check
more
for me,
than
Lexi, please.
Okay. Chipoy's supposed to be good at
Please, please.
Chipoy wrote his flipping thesis on whatever this is.
Well, you should have done. The feeling of this place, the reason why you were able to get there and attune to this stone, some kind of link between your world, where you come from, and whatever this place was. Not in location, specifically, but in its nature. In its connection between where you are now and where it was that you were stood in that city. Reminiscent. It brings memories for some unknown reason to the astral plane, although it isn't there clearly.
I mean,
And this is the reason why you specifically were able to attune to this stone.
Ooh. We got our second try. Yeah.
yes, I forgot to bring it up, but while I was there, I saw sort of going through the clouds a sort of greenish and bluish light that reminded me very much of my tribe back in Daxophilia.
Maybe this is the trouble that Knick-Knack spoke of.
Maybe. I'm surprised he managed to forget this, if I'm being honest. That was quite horrific.
That's where we're going to take a break, and we'll
Yep.
come back in a few minutes' time.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
I'm ready to go.
All right, good, because we're back.
Oh,
So, the useless fucks. We have to wave now. There is a small child, so we must wave. She's not looking.
Let's see.
Sam,
the
make the
thought
small
that
child
counts.
look.
Make her look at us. We're putting in effort.
He's so unimpressed with us. It's
Bunch
fantastic.
of morons. Fucking nerds. Cool, right. So, useless fucks. In your tent. Shit's gone down. We do.
I mean, assuming it's getting close to like 10.
It's
if we just did 2
later.
hours of achievement.
Later. You've had a lot of conversation in between that time as well. Like, it's gone midnight at this point.
Oh my god, we should get some rest. Otherwise, it'll be too late. Some of us need 8 hours.
Okay.
We're gonna risk.
Don't know what to do with the stone. In the meantime,
If all else fails, we'll just break it then and there.
Well, I mean, Fenrir said we're allowed to leave now, so maybe it would be better if you really want to break it, if we don't do it in the middle of a bunch of civilians.
Yeah, but like the dragon child is in the middle of a bunch of civilians.
Well, yeah, but he still wants them to think he's a child as it stands.
He has held up the ruse for quite a while.
We're gonna be like leading them into the relief where everyone's gonna have their guard down. It'd be dangerous.
Yeah,
He
but
will
he's been
have
there
the
before.
red- Yeah, and instead of
He's been
one-
playing this game a long time.
and instead of one person, we'll have grove. Sort of one section of the grove, we'll have the full grove there.
Well, it's just, I don't know how it works. I don't know if we can change like the passcode or whatever.
But bringing the dragon to Silverleaf, isn't that semi-fulfilling the vision?
Yeah.
Someone gave?
What? So you're just going to stand there and tell everybody that Michael's son is a demon child? I think they're really going to buy that.
He has to believe us at this point. We've been telling the truth the whole time, and
Yeah, and they still won't listen to us because your grove is full of a bunch of one-dimensional cunts,
Yeah.
Baldwin. I'm sorry.
Having it there.
what if someone told you your child was a green dragon? Like, would you believe it?
No. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Right, but like we can convince them because, like, given all the stuff that
Well,
we've seen,
I don't think you would convince me, no.
okay. I mean, it's either way. I still think it's worth a try.
Well, it's your family, you know. Give it a try if you like. I've been wrong before. I hope I'm wrong this time.
Even if we don't tell them to his face, let the people we know and trust know. Like your mother, Baldwin, or I don't know, maybe Thalindra, if she's still around. We can tell her on the way.
We could, yes. I maybe, like, yeah, you're right. Maybe we shouldn't confront Michael about it. Maybe he would be apprehensive about it. So
Yes, and
Apprehensive's quite a mild term, I think, for the reaction we'd probably get. He won't even believe that he tried to poison us.
I mean, I don't think it would be the craziest thing he's seen. He did see a green dragon, like, right in his face. But I mean, either way,
Skylar, when he described his vision, did he mention Kyla? I still don't know.
Kylo Ren?
Kyler.
Kyla, not Skylar. Kyla. Did he mention Kyla being present? Because there was a green dragon.
Yes,
But he didn't
he was.
mention Kyla being separate from the green dragon, did he?
Yes, if I remember correctly, he got swooped up. Kyler got swooped up by the green dragon.
Which might be symbolic.
Right, and that's what I had said.
Flippin' visions, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just... I believe I will feel personally safer with some smites in my pocket. And I will head over to my bedroll and sleep off the trauma.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and then in the morning maybe we can discuss it with my parents and then maybe Delindra. Like they should at least know, and that way we can see how they want to proceed. Like what's the safest bet to keep the ruse going on, or maybe set up a trap. Who knows? If that's okay.
Man.
Yeah, let's get some rest and we'll discuss it in the morning.
All right.
Anybody else doing anything else before they hit the hay? Otherwise, take a long rest.
And
Take a long rest.
nothing else.
While you're sleeping, a green dragon bursts through the door of the tent and murders everyone. Is that what you wanted?
Is that what you
Yeah,
wanted?
get
but at
punished him.
least,
He'd have to
But at
get
least
back on Junior's ass.
No.
at least if we level up, it'll be worth it.
But Lexi,
Ah.
your sleep is wildly interrupted. Constant dreams of this godly venom fang tearing through a city. This dark cloaked figure off in the distance, piercing its gaze into the back of your mind. Then, in another dream, you're in Phandalin. And it's the same. But there are different creatures there. The music suddenly got very loud, annoyingly. But there are other creatures there. Creatures you faced in the past, ones that are less than pleasant. Terrorizing the citizens. Then, another dream, you're in an unknown place. It's all the same story. You gain the benefits of a long rest, but you also gain a point of exhaustion.
Did me?
This isn't
Dropping
physical
Oh, man.
exhaustion. Sorry?
Oh, okay. We'll remove that. Sorry.
Well, you're
I
still,
was wondering if.
you're still attuned.
Oh, yeah, I never unattuned to it.
This isn't physical exhaustion, this is mental exhaustion from the horrible shit that you are seeing on a constant basis in your dreams. Baldwin, you're obviously Willow, you haven't slept, but as first light starts to break, Willow and Baldwin, you start to hear the clattering of horse and pulling cart in the tents around you, and lots of movement and shouting and talking and organization taking place. The camp is about to uproot and make its way onto the road.
Okay. So everybody's already departing.
People are beginning to get their ship packed up to depart as soon as possible.
Okay, so I guess I rouse the others. So I see Lexi just tossing and turning, like, Lexi, wake up. You okay?
God, no. God, I hope that doesn't become a regular thing.
You had a bad dream?
It was just like a montage of the apocalypse. It was just scene after scene. It brought me through from Vandalin back to the place I didn't know. from everywhere, really. Did I recognize any of the strange creatures? And you did say I have seen them before.
Roxathid was there.
Oh, that cunt.
Parents aren't still in the room, are they?
No. I could say cunt.
It's like my 4-year-old
He's
saying
looking
it.
back
It's
anyway.
terrifying.
I did have to check. Well, that's making me not less believe their future premonitions because of yes. The great drink pretender was there.
Oh, Roxathid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That cunt.
Yes, I thought the same. If I could speak in that dream world, I would have called him a cunt.
How do you say cunt in Plasmoid? Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, so you need to be able to dial out quite a few of them if you're annoyed at someone.
True. Gotta be quick. Yeah, that son was bad business. Got cursed again, have we?
I don't. Doesn't feel like a curse. I am still attuned to it. I don't think I didn't manage to glean any new information other than old foes from that night.
I see. And
Attuning.
do you wish to unattune? Or
I'll keep at it. At least for the time being. Or if all goes to shit, I will break it. If need be, if I can.
okay, well just don't push yourself too hard.
Shall we get packing? I think I can hear some of that going on outside.
Yes, yeah. We
I'd
gotta
like
get
to
up.
see what's going on.
Yeah, so kind of just wake the others. So I guess we can start game packing too, and see what we're gonna do. With the information that knowing that Kyler is a dragon, and obviously he knows that we know he's a dragon, so maybe he's gonna be keeping a close eye on us to see if we spill the beans
Or being controlled by a dragon.
or being controlled by the dragon.
Because this dragon is capable of, manipulate, charming. We can assume.
Right.
Xander's proof or anything.
Could be, yeah.
Let's find your mother. She seems to be familiar with the dragon.
Yeah.
Make sure she knows. Maybe your father, if you would trust this information with him.
Well, yeah, she did mention yesterday to not mention it to anybody else. So yeah, I guess we should maybe bring it up with her and see what she suggests, and even if we don't agree, we can still do what we want to do either way, whatever the party wants. But yeah, she'll probably talk to her.
Yes. Grab my schmancy new bag. Okay, well, it's old bag. And yeah, sort out my nun things in it because I haven't put anything in it yet. And start me day.
Yeah, same.
Willow, what are you up to?
Probably just packing my bag up and tootling about the place.
Make an investigation check for me.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh.
Doing the investigate.
At least it's not a wisdom save. Haha!
Can't roll
Ah.
ones. Hey,
Oh.
can't roll
Halfling
fours.
luck.
That's fair.
As you start to pack up your things, and grab your bag, but you can't find it.
My bag.
Missing.
Where's it gone?
I don't know. You rolled a fucking 4, so who knows?
I mean, technically it was a 10.
Can I help her look for it?
Sure.
Yes.
Where are you gonna look?
I mean, where did you see it last?
Wait, it was next to me bed.
Have you looked there?
Yes, conveniently.
I'll just look around the tent to see if it's like maybe misplaced somewhere.
Make an investigation check.
I
If
will
Wood
assist.
doesn't sleep, I assume she would have seen if someone had taken it.
You would think so. 11, you don't find it.
Sorry, Will, I can't find it.
Would I have been able to give him advantage on that if assisting?
Roll, yeah, roll, either roll again, Baldwin, or roll yourself, Lexi.
Roll again, Baldwin.
Baldwin.
Ready?
I didn't have.
Lexi helped in no way whatsoever. Lexi made it work.
I full on left.
I'll check in here. Looks into a bucket.
Somewhere. I just got
Damn it, I
all
can't
in
do
your
it as a
face.
ritual.
You're thinking like an object.
Yeah, because I can't prepare it, and I was considering being like, oh, well, I did sleep. But then also I don't want to, because that means I can't change my spells again until the next long rest. But I can't do it as a ritual, which is annoying.
I thought you can change your wizard spells like on the fly, or am I tripping?
That is Baldur's Gate.
You tripping, boy?
Mm.
We ain't playing no
You tripping?
I'm tripping.
water
I
Baldur's Gate
Can
video
do it
games.
at some point, but I think it's not until I'm a higher level.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not wrong.
I mean, I've got a
And even then,
plus
it's like
seven.
it's one spell on a short rest.
Yeah,
so-
and only at a certain
Oh.
level, I think, as well.
Yeah, and I don't think locate object is one of my wizard spells. I think it's a cleric spell for me.
I mean, I have it too. Can I change it now?
Sure.
All right. Let me see.
I have it as well.
Everybody has it. We all look.
Everybody's just gonna cast locate object.
Find your keys.
If I get is it second level? Oh yeah, it is.
Remember to drop something else out in its place.
Let's see. We'll drop this. Okay, let's cast it.
I think now it tells you how many you have prepared at the top now, and yeah, I don't know how many you can have prepared, but
3 of second level.
or you can have any number of. It doesn't matter about the level. It's just
Oh, right,
the
sorry.
number of prepared spells.
I think it's 7.
7. You've currently got 9 prepared.
5, 6, 7. Maybe it is 9. I don't remember. Where does it say that? What your max is?
Yeah, it doesn't say your max annoyingly. It just tells you how many you have prepared. D&D Beyond tells you the max.
Yeah, let me check D&D Beyond because I actually
I think I'm already
don't recall.
there.
I mean, I do have a plus 7 to investigate. If you want me to have a look.
No.
Laborin, sniff out that giant green gem I've been keeping in my bag for the last like 3 months.
I get advantage because it's
He has no idea what you're talking about.
That gem cost me my shit.
Oh yeah, don't really.
You can have 9 and you've prepared 9, so you're good.
Yes, cool. All right, I do it.
Go for it.
Looking for her backpack.
Sure. So you cast the spell, which I don't think you've cast before. As you
No.
as you cast the spell from your hand, a green twisting vine reaches down and touches the ground. As it does, it begins to burrow into the dirt below, and it starts to weave and snake its way across the ground. And follow it. It leads
Actually, I
out,
have cast it before. Looking for a shard of the obelisk at the house.
Oh,
now that I
well.
remember,
but it didn't work. But now it does.
didn't work. Now it works.
So
Okay.
the vine kind of burrows its way into the ground, and leaves start to pop out, and it makes its way out of the tent door.
Okay. Well, looks like it's that way, guys. You want to go after it?
Yes, I would like to go after it.
All right.
So there's been a thievery.
And it makes its way out into the larger path that sits in front of your tent. Your tent then looks like almost directly onto the main gate. It follows the path down a little bit along the wall edge, and not far from where Laborin took a piss that time and saw a spider climb over the wall. The vines kind of burrow their way around, and then they sneak around behind a box that's kind of there, and there's some people kind of picking up other boxes, and then it stops and grows out of the ground, grows a very small tree. And there next to the tree, you find the backpack.
Oh, there it is.
I would like to search through my backpack and make sure there's nothing missing.
Make an investigation check.
Rummaging.
Please be better than a 4.
I would like to assist.
That is better than a 4.
I no longer want to assist.
You have a good rummage around and look inside and look the bag all over. Everything is there as it should be.
Nothing's missing. Who the fuck
No-
took my bag?
Nothing added? No hex bags?
No, but one thing you do notice, because you haven't actually given this bag much thought or time other than to quickly just stuff your stuff into it and run away as you went looking for Xander. On the side of the bag is a small pouch, kind of like sewn into the side of it. Kind of almost doesn't make sense that it would be there. Doesn't match the rest of the making of the bag.
Does it have a zip?
No, it's a flip-top pouch.
Oh,
Wait.
Little brass button that seals it.
getting law for the bag merchant. You need to watch out for falling rocks on the way over.
I cannot hear anyone. Hang on.
Well, I can't hear
Right,
Adam because he's like a million miles away.
Sorry. Sorry.
I don't care about your face. I
We
just
got
want to
some
hear
more-
your voice.
We got some law for the bag merchant. You need
It's not
to
your
watch out
bag.
for falling rocks on the way over. Call back.
You have a vision of falling rocks.
This fucking
no.
headset's doing my tits and it keeps switching my default output for some reason.
Are you
sorry.
sure?
Say whatever you said again when I asked if it had a zip.
No, it has a flip-top pouch with a little brass button.
I want to open it.
Okay,
Oh.
flip it open.
Aha.
And I
Black
want to look
hole.
inside. The bag of holding.
You look inside. You look inside the pouch, and it's just darkness. It's a dark void.
It
I'm
is a
gonna
bag
put
of
my little, gonna put my little fingies in it.
Put your fingers.
Fingies?
Your fingers. Is that?
Yes.
He said
Oh.
fingies. She said
Yeah, my
fingies.
little fingies.
Place your fingers inside, and where you would expect to feel the edges of the pouch, you feel nothing, and it's cold inside.
We have been given.
Do I have a pouch of holding in my bag?
Pouch of holding. Huzzah! But who put it there and for what purpose?
I mean, was it there? Was it there last time?
Well, I don't know because I hadn't looked at the bag particularly closely. I was focusing on getting you a new bag.
Paid zero attention to the bag.
Is there anything in there?
Not that I can feel. It's just a bit chilly.
It's not how a bag of holding works.
I have to think of it or something? Think of something.
Think of something.
Um,
Roll 200. You might get it right.
this is where Willow's brain empties entirely, except for thoughts of Tarrasques.
Yeah, you pull a Tarrasque out of the pouch.
Owlbear.
Why don't you put something in it, see what happens to it, like something inconsequential, like a copper piece, and then if it just disappears, try and think of it and see if you can pull it out.
Put me in it.
The object still needs to fit inside.
I could, if I doff my armor, I could fit inside 1-inch gaps.
True, you could put Lexi in the pouch.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
put
know.
him in.
I don't know
Let's
if
put
I
him in.
want to put Lexi in the.
No.
In fact, no. Fuck it, Lexi. Take your armor off.
And I can hold my breath for an hour.
Take your armor off. You're going in the pouch.
Get ready to meet the bag man.
Yeah, the bag man.
So are you going in the pouch?
Yeah, Willow's standing there with like this little pouch open, just staring at Lexi expectantly. Get in.
I mean, screw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I get in the pouch.
We deserve a bit of chaos in this campaign.
Like
I specifically take
Yeah.
a deep breath in beforehand,
yeah, like water.
and then slither in.
Like water in reverse. Lexi flows up into the pouch and flows into the pouch and disappears into the void. Lexi,
So then I assume that if I put my hand in the pouch, there is no sign of Lexi's existence
put
in
your
there.
hand inside the pouch and there's no sign of Lexi. No. Lexi, you see nothing. You are simply in a dark void of nothingness. And you can tell that there is no way to breathe in this space.
This might have been a mistake.
It's fine, you've held your breath for an hour, you'll be reet. Can I want to cast sending and just send a message to Lexi that literally just says, "Are you still alive?"
Yeah, Lexi, you receive this message.
Mm-hmm.
Does your brain have thoughts?
Use that spell
Yes,
slot.
yes, I have. Yes, I have thought.
Then why'd you think of mm-hmm?
I'm holding my breath because I'm holding. I don't have lungs. Yeah.
Well, he spent the last
You're
3
holding-
minutes with Lexi and only just now wonders if his brain has thought.
Screw you, dude. I've had complicated thoughts.
Who are you, dude?
Yes,
Willow just kind of look at everyone and just be like, he is still alive.
it's very dark. I can't breathe. I feel like I should have put more thought into this activity. That's more than
I'll kind of stop and think about it, coming to the realization that I am going to have to stick my hand in the pouch, think of Lexi, and it's going to get gross. And sort of sigh loudly and think very hard of my lovely blue gooey friend.
lovely.
And then put my hand back in the pouch while I'm thinking good thoughts.
Lexi, outside of your control, you feel something pulling on your body, and without you deciding that it's going to happen, your pseudopod extends upwards into dark nothingness space, and then you feel a hand wrap around it, and you are then sucked like fluid back in the opposite direction, pulled out of the void. You can reasonably assume at this point that this is the equivalent of a bag of holding attached to your backpack.
I have a pouch of holding. Quick, someone take a level in artificer.
It's more like a haversack kind of deal than it is a bag of holding, but yeah.
It is now and will forever be the pouch of holding.
You can call it the pouch of holding. That's fine.
The pouch of holding.
There
Nice.
are rules with a bag of holding, just so you know.
I mean, I can put Lexi in it, so that's fine.
You can at least smuggle Anne Lexi.
It does follow the rules of a handy haversack.
Andy,
Handy haversack.
So it can hold 20 pounds of materials. Let Lexi in there just for the sake of letting them in, but not exceeding the volume of 2 cubic feet. So it's specifically designed for smaller items.
Ah. Okay.
Like
So I can't put a Tarask in it.
You're not going to fit a sword in there or anything like that.
Can I think of gold and dig in to see if any gold comes out?
If Willow will let you.
Willow, will you let me?
Just this once. If it doesn't work the first time, you're never doing it again.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
You put your hand in and think of gold, and you instantly feel something enter your hand. As you remove your hand from the pouch and look in, there are 5 very rusty looking, very old gold coins. They are marked. They are marked with engravings that are significantly unfamiliar to you. You've seen gold pieces a lot, especially in Baldur's Gate and the likes, and they're normally quite new and fresh and shiny, and they all share roughly the same kind of engravings and stuff. But these are weird. They're gold coins, legitimately, but they look weird. Very old.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna ask, like, to see if I would recognize the engravings. Okay, so like, it's nothing that I would know. Like maybe looking at books, history books about things like this, about potential like a leader's face on it, like a Roman coin or
There might
something.
be ways to find out. Yeah.
Okay.
1 second, guys.
Pouch of holding.
Loves it.
5 gold pieces, very rusty and very old looking. So it worked, Willow.
Please don't ever do it again, just in case.
Okay.
Just in case what?
I don't know. I don't know how the pouch of holding works. Probably I don't want to risk anything.
But
It's very dark in there.
what surprises me is that these coins are rusted. I wonder if they were rusty before they went in, because that would mean there was probably moisture. You know what I mean?
If I jump to a moist black hole,
Yeah. Pretty moisty. Look at the rust.
Technically you kind of slithered.
I mean, to be fair,
Are you familiar with slithering into moist black holes?
Does gold
mean,
rust?
nah, that's usually not an aspect of gold.
Yeah, I don't think gold
Usually-
rusts actually.
Usually,
It
iron.
can
rust.
tarnish.
Yeah, it can.
Well, pure gold does not tarnish, rust, or corrode.
It might not be pure. I doubt D&D gold is pure gold.
I asked for gold.
I don't think we've ever been told that gold coins were pure gold.
True. But what else would you think they are?
I know, could be some nickel, iron, copper, bronze, etc. So posh at that end of that.
I mean, but I would assume like the way he described it was like pretty rusty, as in like on majority of the coins. I mean, it's like it's not even like it's not even like half pure gold. It's like less than that,
Sorry.
Oh, it's
Sorry,
magic
guys.
rust.
or it's magic rust.
Could be magic rust.
Magic rust.
Magic rust.
Yeah. Were you hearing any of that, Jack?
No.
It's because I had this crazy theory of like, were the coins rusty before they went in, or did they get rusty in the bag? Because that would mean there's moisture. And then I thought of, wait, pure gold doesn't rust, tarnish, or corrode. So like then they said that maybe it's not pure gold.
All right, they're just really dirty then.
They got dirty in the bag, so that means there's
you
other
don't
stuff in
know.
there.
When I was in there, did I feel any like astral lint?
Lint?
Astral lint. It's a pocket
Oh, it's
dimension.
like dusty?
It's not the astral plane.
Is there like dimensional lint then?
No, there was no dimensional lint.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
Because it's really important.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's a
you
good
found
one,
your
Charlie.
bag, Willow.
I found my bag. I'm still suspicious, but until I can prove that something has been done to it, I will just have to live with it.
Me, I've been done to it.
I don't want to think about what you did in my pouch.
I'll give you the handy have a sec.
That's such a cool name.
Bag diver. Next.
What are you guys up to?
How many of these coins?
The rest of
These have to be collectibles.
the rest of the camp is kind of like starting to back up.
Shall we?
Well, side quest completed. We found her bag, and it came with a bag of holding.
I mean,
Well,
technically, I
I'll
assume
bet-
it always had the bag of holding. I just never
True.
noticed it.
While we were following the vine, were there any like tracks or like footprints that would have, for some reason, moved the bag?
I mean, you're welcome to make a check, but oh, you mean so around the area where you are stood at the moment, there's a lot of foot traffic, so it'd be hard to tell. You could check the tent.
Yeah, I was more thinking following the vine back, see if there's any ones just along the vine and in our tent.
Okay, make a survival check for me.
Survival plus 0. Natural 20, baby.
Okay. Either by knowing where Willow had left her bag in the night or by her telling you, when you get back to the tent, and only because you rolled a natural 20. Oh, it's for 18 total? Yeah,
No, that's only because I still had the exhaustion thing on. That wasn't. I've turned that
Oh,
off.
that's a good point.
Would have been it.
Would have been a you had to roll with disadvantage. Yeah, that's correct. 18. Okay, so yeah, you get back to the tent and looking around where Willow's bag had been left overnight. Even with an 18, there are what you could probably only describe as very faint, very light drag marks where the bag had been left, leading out of the tent underneath the edge of the tent.
No feet whatsoever of any animal.
No
boot,
footprints of any kind.
shoe.
Nope.
Okay. Then my guess is some sort of spectre stole your bag. Thing lacking.
You think
Probably floats.
there's a ghost
No,
cutting about the place stealing backpacks?
more common than you'd think.
And attaching
More get
pouches.
I mean, the pouch might have been there before. We didn't look properly.
Could have been.
It could just be some legless,
Could've.
levitating entity. It had to drag the bag, so I'm assuming it's not physically strong.
So you think that a legless floating ghost broke into a tent and without me noticing...
Are ghosts usually visible? I thought ghosts were invisible. And how many visible ghosts do you see apart from the one I saw yesterday?
As you guys are having this conversation, there's a voice, and you see Hans's figure standing in the flaps of the tents. Why is your tent still up? Pack it up. Let's go. Runs off.
Why do we have to pack this tent up? It's not our tent. We just
It's
sleep.
not our tent, yeah.
Good morning
No,
to you too. Yeah, to be fair, it's not our tent.
I'd say we just leave it here. Just take our shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we stayed here. You know, it'd be the nice thing to do.
They can build.
Yeah,
us.
they've
We
been
didn't
real
ask
nice
to be
us.
put in this
We got
tent.
here.
Yeah, no, we have our own tents. If you
The
want to take it,
hospitality in Britain must be like top notch.
well, the hostility of your grove is still a bit.
They still gave you a 10. Us.
Well, I will take down 25% of this tent.
I'll take down 25% too.
I will
I'll take
also
down
take down.
12%.
Oh, you've got
Baldwin,
I've got to be mad now.
Baldwin,
Sorry.
this is your parents' tent. They temporarily acquired another one while you were staying there.
Oh, so okay. See, this is my parents' tent. So they lent it to us.
Get down then.
Yeah.
I'll take down the remaining 38% of this tent.
I did not.
Good, I don't have to do
put in
anything
this-
then. Thanks, Lexi.
Don't worry.
I'll sit and watch. I'll inspire you with a inspiring tune while you do it.
Roll a
I
performance
assume
check.
that because
I'll
Yeah,
take
but
this
roll.
tent.
Because I'm doing
Manage.
way less work than everyone else. Like, I'll just like pull off like one guy rope or something like that, and just fucking go sit down next to Shimmer.
Such a miserable bastard. Shimmer, roll a performance check because you haven't rolled much today, and I want to say.
What, all of it?
Haven't rolled much today. That's correct. Where are we? Performance, not persuasion. Yay!
It's not bad. Shimmer
Yeah,
seems a bit tired.
Okay, I'm
Shimmer has a
playing the whole
fucking
thing.
headache.
yeah, Willow's just walking around kicking like the tent pegs out of the ground, and that's the extent of how much she's helping.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm going as fast as I can, try to like get this thing packed so we can go.
Yeah, I'll sort of just.
As you guys are packing up the tent, there are people that are starting to now slowly make their way in caravan, in formation, through the entrance to the camp and to leave. There are then people on the far ends of either side of these palisades that are beginning to take them down.
Any recognisable figures?
Yeah, I mean, Hans is directing a lot of the traffic and a lot of the logistics of this. Bartholomew is doing the same, and you do see Baldwin's mother kind of appears to be helping a lot of other people out, as well as kind of dragging her own shit around.
When Willow's not looking, I'll just chuck a tent peg at her.
Roll a d20,
attack.
add your dex modifier.
Okay. Is it plus
Surprise
3?
round, so an autocrit.
What's your,
Just
A-
13.
what's your AC,
Yeah.
Willow?
Mrs. Bitch.
Yeah, you miss.
But can it not harmlessly bounce off you? Harmlessly, rather.
It just kind of bounces.
Do you
it
add,
back.
are you proficient in tent pegs? Add your proficiency.
Yeah, I'm proficient in.
To help him.
So
Using
Willow's
improvised
got a
rules.
shield on her back at the moment, because you do have a shield, right, Willow? You do carry a shield.
Yes, I do.
It just kind of, you throw the tent peg and just donk off the shield, and
I just like turn around and pretend like I didn't do anything.
make a stealth check.
Attempt to hide.
A
bitch.
stealth or deception check. Up to you.
It's going to be stealthy.
It's stealth, obviously. 22. Willow, there's a loud clunk on your shield on your back, and as you turn, there's a tent peg on the floor, but no idea where it came from.
Check the bush.
Willow will just kind of sigh loudly and glare in the direction of the magically appearing bush to the side of the tent.
Metal Gear Solid, just like
Cardboard box.
Sort of fucking ghillie suit.
Just like hiding behind, like, fucking left your Shimmer.
I can truly imagine a boring trying to hide behind Shimmer in a moment of fear.
Wait, how
Like, that's why
tall
the
is
bones is
the
down, because she's being knocked by me, just sort of like hiding behind her, so she can't play her instrument properly.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining this fucking like 6 foot tall half elf hiding behind the 4 feet of shimmer.
All right, what are you guys doing?
If we've packed up the tent and have stopped assaulting each other with pegs, I will turn to Baldwin. Like, I think I see your mother over there. If you want to sort of get this done before we start marching off.
Yeah, it's probably best until like we're on the road. Yeah, there's like too much going on. She's trying to help people out. Rather not like burden her with this just yet.
I'll trust your judgment.
Baldwin, with your passive perception while this is all going on, you do see a horse-drawn cart making its way from further up the camp towards the gate, loaded with goods, and a human woman who you know to be Michael's partner, and with Kyler swinging his feet off the back of it, sat on top of a couple of boxes. They make their way out of the camp and follow the rest of this caravan that is now starting to trail out of the camp.
Can I wink at him as he goes past?
Sure. He doesn't see you. Not paying attention.
Good.
Okay, well there they go. So like they're like on they're at the head of the caravan.
No, quite a few people have gone before. They're like, somewhere in the 15th or 16th people to go. There's a long queue now of people that are kind of like slowly following this caravan out. It's going to be a long caravan of single file traffic.
Okay.
Back to Silverleaf.
Okay, well at least I'll put us some distance away from Kyler, like that we can't like
Just imagine people that are making their way west in Manifest Destiny,
Oregon Trail
Exactly.
Is everyone going to die of dysentery?
or cholera.
I can't even shit.
No one does. It just
Plus,
disappears.
I'm immune to disease. That's probably a more accurate defense.
Yeah, I
You have to
can't
roll
shit. I
constitution
can't,
check
I
every
can't
time
get
you
this
shit.
because I can't shit.
Yeah. my digestive system is 100% efficient. No
It
way.
just pulls up. It just pulls up inside of you.
No, it just dissolves. Food dissolves in me. It doesn't turn to shit then dissolve.
Okay, if I throw shit inside of you, will you dissolve? Will it dissolve in you?
No, don't throw shit anywhere near me.
Okay, so
Anyway.
you want to just like go at the back of the queue and just be,
Yeah, I think that'll be the safest bet. Like where my parents are gonna be in the queue. I'm assuming that they'll be the last ones out to make sure everyone's out.
Takes a couple of hours, but eventually, you've kind of taken your tent and loaded it onto your parents' wagon, things like that. And after a while, you look back, the palisade is taken down, and you are the final people left, stood in this empty space between the very muddy empty space between these two large cliff faces at the bottom of this mountain. There's just you five, and off in the distance, trailing away, a caravan of druids making their way back to Silverleaf Grove.
Okay.
I'll get on June.
Could we have left with like my parents? Like as soon as like. Yeah, I think that'd be the best thing.
Okay. Yeah, they're some of the last to leave, so you kind of... Lexi, I'm assuming you're going to be travelling on horseback.
I am on Junior. If someone wants to join me, they can.
And then the rest of you are either walking or on the back of Lexi Jr., walking alongside Baldwin's parents' wagon.
Okay. I'll sort of like, walk up to my parents and, say hello and everything, and kind of gesture to my mother to kind of like join us in the back, like, kind of like with my eyes or something. Yeah, like.
And she kind of looks at you and she's like, She kind of like hops out of the front seat of this car and makes her way to the back and gestures for you to jump up. Hello, darling.
My mother. We have some news.
Wonderful. You always bring fantastic news.
Not of late, and this will definitely not be sweeter news either. We have reasons to believe. This is like in a quiet tone.
Yep.
We have reasons to believe that Tyler is either being manipulated by the dragon or is the dragon itself.
Kyla?
Yes.
Why? Why do you think this?
Shimmer, do you want to explain to her what you saw?
I happened to see Kyla on his own last night, just before we had that council, and I had a little chat to him. I wanted to maybe kind of try and build a few bridges and just so that he wouldn't be afraid of us. And he told me he was going to fucking kill us all, and then had this kind of ethereal green flash in his eyes, and then he peaced out. So that was quite unsettling.
Her eyes go wide as you recall this confrontation. This is quite worrying. What you're describing isn't unfamiliar. I really wish I could talk more about this, but I really can't. Not here, not now. But if Kyla makes it back to Silverleaf, it could be problematic.
Has he not been there before, though?
Yes, he has, but I'm assuming this mention of the Green Dragon has something to do with the situation we recently found ourselves in. And since you've thwarted that, I'm a little worried that the dragon might take different measures now to enact its revenge upon us.
Okay, well, I genuinely don't mean to be disrespectful here, but sounds like you do need to tell us what you know before we get back in that case. Kick his ass again.
Then do that
I wasn't
now.
even there for the first ass kicking.
If I tell you what I know, which would be completely out of turn, it changes nothing about what you know already. So if you intend to face this dragon head on, me sharing what I know with you changes nothing. So if that is what you plan to do,
Why
then
don't
do
you just
it.
share it with us?
Because it is not my place to do so. There are rules.
Even if rules get people killed, that's okay, is it?
How would this get people killed? You already know everything. Me telling you what I know changes nothing.
I sense this conversation is spiraling into nowhere.
Yes, I
so
agree.
keep your secrets. It's up to you. But if people die, don't blame me.
But how do you know it changes nothing?
She looks at you, very confused. You have to trust that what I know, that I know it. What you are describing.
That you know it, but it would be helpful to us to also know it, in case it tells us something, that it answers a question
It does
that
not.
we've had about this godforsaken.
It does
Does
not.
it not?
No,
Fantastic.
There we go. Glad we've got that
So-
sorted. Baldwin, your friends are far too inquisitive.
Mother, it's you
You're
must.
far
Yeah,
too
there's-
unhelpful.
And
you
deliberately
need to
so.
understand that we've dealt with this dragon before. It's very dangerous,
Yes,
Oh.
I'm aware.
and maybe this information can help us in some way. Maybe in a way that you don't understand. It could help us.
At Silverleaf, you will know everything you need to know.
Yeah, but you said he shouldn't get back to
It will
Silverleaf.
be too fucking late.
Then what did you plan to do? If
Well,
I tell,
we plan to get maybe some information and then do what we would need to
I don't
do.
know,
I'm
kidnap the
telling
little
you-
fuck.
my information is not going to change anything. Do you not understand?
We should be the judge. No, we don't we genuinely don't understand. I'm not trying to be rude. We do not understand. We want to understand.
Something happened long ago that is very reminiscent of what is happening now.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
You don't say what happened. Was this thing that happened long ago at all remedied? Was there anything that happened at the end of it that saved things, that solved the problem or delayed the problem?
Yes,
It is
but it is the
that.
dragon was destroyed wholly by the proper means.
Okay. So how
Okay.
do we do this? That's what we would
So
like
knowing
to know,
those proper
please.
Ah,
Yeah.
so now you're asking reasonable questions. You want to know how to kill a dragon? Is that what you want
so
to know?
what you wanted was specificity.
Well, if that's the information, then yeah, like if that's the information that you hold, yes, we would like to know it. We didn't know what information you held.
We have what we believe, or like, what is most likely to be the soul.
Okay, everybody, just calm down. Okay,
I am
just
not-
calm down.
I am-
Relax. Take a breather. No, not you, Lex. You're fine.
RJ, you
Everyone
know,
else.
Baldwin, you know your mother very well. She
Mm.
has her moments of being very empathetic, very calming, and very understanding of people. She also has a side to her which is fucking get in my way and piss me off, and you're gonna have a bad time. And she's very much leaning in that direction right now.
Right, which is why I'm saying everyone just take a breather. Okay, now like this bickering is not gonna get us anywhere. So, do you know how to stop the dragon permanently?
You must destroy its soul egg.
Okay. Do you know where the soul egg is?
I do not know because I do not know of this dragon.
Would you be able to identify one? Have you seen one before? Do you know if they have a particular shape, color? Because we have something of a particular shape and color
They look
that has
like
given me nightmares.
they look like an egg. The item that you showed me the other night is not a soul egg.
Okay.
I have not seen one myself,
Then-
but it is quite clear to me that that is not one.
Okay. It is whatever it is. I
Usually
don't like it.
kept hidden and safe in a dragon's lair.
Mm.
If you would like to know what happened the last time we encountered a green dragon at Silverleaf Grove, we'll have to wait. That is what I cannot share with you now.
Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Leg.
What we need to do is how do we deal with Kyler?
Yes, it's a tricky one. How certain are you Kyler is this dragon?
Shimmer is the one that had the encounter. I feel like she would know best.
I mean, I don't know how it works, whether it's possible for a dragon to in some way possess, or whether it would have to be whether they can make a simulacrum or whether it would have to be him in a different in that form. I don't know how they work in enough detail. Would you like to tell me that now, or when we get back to the grove and it's too late?
Dragons are inherently shape changers. They can take the form of a being that they choose almost whenever they like.
And the
Well,
timing.
that ties up with what Xander told us about Venom Fang pretending to be this druid who could turn into anything.
Mm.
So I'm pretty sure. Plus, he tried to poison us.
What?
And from what Shimmer said, his eyes glowed green and threatened her and the rest of us. So it tracks that in some way. At the very least, he's in league, and with what you're saying, it probably is the dragon.
If you woke one morning, Shimmer, and Laborium was stood in front of you and said that he was going to kill you and his eyes flashed green, would you believe that he was a green dragon?
I mean, under the circumstances, probably, because he doesn't do that normally.
Or
Although, in total honesty, it's not the first time he has actually tried
It's
to
not
kill
the
her.
first time, no. Mm.
But did
That's
have green
happened
eyes,
before.
so
but would you not assume that
Why
perhaps...
does it...
Would you not assume perhaps that Laborin's appearance was being imitated?
Well, yeah, but
well, yeah.
possibly. But that's why I said I don't understand how they work, whether he is Kayla or whether it would be a simulacrum of. That's why I said I don't know.
It's more likely, I believe, that Kyler is Kyler and you are seeing the green dragon imitating him.
I mean, that's possible.
So, you asked me what you should do. You can walk over to the cart Kyler is sat on, put an arrow through his neck, and would that satisfy you?
Honestly, it feels pretty fucking satisfying at this point.
By all means.
No.
And if you are found to have murdered an innocent child, and the green dragon is still large, what then?
Well, we go kill the dragon at that point. No.
A grove on your back.
They've been on our back since we arrived, let's be honest.
Dear sweet Mrs. Baldwin's mum, I'm already dead. The fuck are they going to do to me?
I don't know, Baldwin. What might we do to somebody who had killed an innocent child among the grove?
Please stop talking.
Ignore them, please, mother. Like they know not what they say.
Hush, let's see, the bitches are fighting.
Clearly, my son, you
I
have
will
not
just
told your
ignore them.
friends. Clearly, my son, you have not told your friends everything that they should know.
I mean, I don't know if they should.
Oh, it's just a running theme here.
I've been grow.
So many secrets.
Please.
There is a long way to travel to Silverleaf. Once these emotions have settled, perhaps we can talk more. I will not tell you of the past. If there are things you wish to know about dragons, I can help you, but I will not help you in this conundrum about murdering an innocent child. It is not in my nature.
It was not my intention either. I don't know what my party was thinking.
Mother, wait. Is there any way to maybe oust the dragon? Make him, react. Maybe provoke him some way. Show his true form or colors, something.
He would certainly be inclined to drop his false appearance if he was threatened, yes.
Yes.
Michael would not let us do anything like that. I don't think he believes that Kyler would be possessed by the dragon, or at least, or if he is the dragon himself.
She smirks slightly. I don't think it's Michael that you should be worried about in that situation. More hands, don't you think?
Hans, I overheard Hans doesn't really care much for the boy.
No.
As much as Michael does.
Perhaps not, but he would defend his family, would he not?
Of course. Is there anybody else that should bring this up with?
Now I think not, but if you're going to do something, you must do it quickly. Otherwise we arrive at Silverleaf and we confer with Thalendra.
You don't have to answer this because it is a question about that. When you said about dragons in Silverleaf, does that mean they were originally based in there when you arrived?
You're very far away, I can't quite hear you. Would you mind coming a little closer?
Sorry. I have a question about the past you don't necessarily have to answer.
Hmm.
When you spoke of green dragons in Silverleaf before, I'm whispering this, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Did you mean a green dragon was based with its lair in Silverleaf, and then your grove arrived? Because I know your grove aren't originally from there. If we are to assume the travelers we've read about entering the forest to be your people's past,
Very astute of you.
I'm a well-read man.
Silverleaf Grove was established within the woods where it was believed to be safe. There was no dragon lair that we were aware of at that time. The dragon that we faced previously, many years ago, came to the grove from outside.
I'm mentally egg searching. I'm going on an egg hunt.
I'm going to take a breather. Baldwin, I suggest you tell your friends the truth. She kind of steps up from the cart as it continues to move and makes her way back to the front.
Baldwin?
Yeah, I suppose it's time. I think this is the best time than any other time. The truth is, the reason why my grove is really secluded and keeps himself separate from the rest of the world is because of our blood. It's dangerous.
Is it blue?
No.
Sorry. Well, that's usually not on me to make those kinds of jokes, but carry it, please.
We carry our in our blood a sort of curse / blessing, depending who you ask. Well, we have the ability to turn into beast forms that are not normal to druids. Most druids, we can take the form of a wolf, but not exactly a wolf. Essentially, werewolves. So, which is why it scares me when you get pretty confrontational with the members of the Grove, because most of them are pretty adept at turning into werewolves and controlling it. They don't become mindless beasts like other werewolves. They keep their faculties about them, so they're able to take on these vicious forms to protect themselves in close quarters, but also be able to cast spells at the same time. That's why it's very dangerous. Most of them can do this.
Can you do this? Because I'm fairly. During our fight with the orcs, you did take on some animalistic qualities, even in a human form. And
It's
forgive me for bringing it back up, but during the period of time we referred to you as a psychopath. Is that anything to do with the instincts of this transformation? So you are.
Yes. So in the beginning, I was inexperienced. So anytime I felt any type of intense emotion, it would be threefold whenever it would kick in. Which is why I would go into these bouts of bloodlust and anger because I couldn't control it then. But as we've journeyed together, I've been able to control it a little bit better, which is why you've seen it come out before slightly, but it's more menacing and horrifying than that. That's the curse that we have.
Do you not think it might have been a good idea to give us a little bit of warning before we walked into this?
Of course, I didn't find it to be my place to reveal these secrets in my grove. But I do
Well, I suppose it's
apologize.
fair enough.
Your mother seems surprised we didn't already know.
I know that I suppose she would have thought I would have told you by now, since we've been together for quite a while now. But I wasn't ready. But yeah, here it is. But I promise I'm not a danger to any of you. Like I said, I've learned to control it, and my family has also learned to control it.
Would anyone else like to take this opportunity to confess to being undead, a werewolf, a vampire, some other weird shit that nobody else knows about? We need to trust each other. It's life or death.
You're right. You're right. I should have said something sooner, and I apologize for that.
Well, I understand why you didn't with all your grove stuff, but you know we're coming to a point now where we're facing down a dragon in puberty. I can't think of anything more dangerous, and I think seriously, if anyone else has got anything they want to share, now's the time, because if we don't rely on each other first, we're not going to make it through this. All right, good talk.
Yeah, sorry, not that I'm aware of on my end.
I've said my bit.
Last I checked, I'm not a vampire.
When was the
you
last
suddenly
time you
feel the
checked?
need to drink blood.
I confess that sometimes I steal the blankets in the night.
I know you do.
That
Well,
not a
there's that mystery
secret.
solved then.
Confess that
Lexi.
half the shit say about the astral plane.
Lexi,
I'll give
you a shot because it's fun.
Oh, hello.
Make a history check.
Oh,
Lexi loves a history check.
well, hey.
Another thesis coming out.
Yeah. Well, I've ruined my chances for it after saying all this stuff now. But
Oh,
yep. Oh, not a thesis.
You don't know fuck all about werewolves, really. Something to do with the moon.
What is moon?
DM to RJ. Did you want to share more? I know that a lot of this is in my head and perhaps not yours. Did you want to share more information about the journey from, an immature person in your grove to somebody who's more mature, and what that means and what it takes? Is that something you would want to share?
Sure, yeah.
Do you want to do that, or would you like me to?
But like specifically about like starting out, like going out into the world, and then finally being able to like actually turn into one. You're more eloquent with words.
Baldwin will tell you that a druid of Silverleaf Grove is required by its traditions to, in order to control the werewolf within, they must go out into the world keeping their ability secret and the grove secret. and return to the grove with something of great importance and sentiment. Upon doing so, they are then entitled to face a trial. Facing that trial and succeeding will allow that individual the full potential of the werewolf. Werewolves are... There's little known about them, but they're kind of a household thing. You know, people talk about werewolves and vampires, right? But what Baldwin would tell you is that the werewolves that this grove are able to take the form of are far more vicious, far more powerful. And unlike normal druids, where wild shaping into a beast would disable many of the abilities to, say, cast spells, that is not the case. They are fully cognizant, fully able to cast spells and maintain them, as well as being absolutely ferocious beasts on the battlefield. You haven't seen this, and in fact, when you approached the camp that day when the battle was ongoing, and Baldwin would probably tell you this, those in combat were not fully adept druids of the grove. Neither was Xander, neither is Michael. It takes a certain status to be enabled this ability. The older you are, the more experienced you are, the more ferocious and vicious your form can be. People like Fenrir, for example, would be the hellish experience to face in battle.
Yep, and that's that.
Oh, well, you sounded a bit different there for a second.
Yeah, I know. I do that when I go into my monologues. Yeah, that's the whole story. So that's why I wanted you guys to be a little bit more careful. I know we all get heated a little bit sometimes. Sometimes we gotta contain it because sometimes they won't be able to.
I know, but you can probably see where we're coming from. This is a
I do.
threat we all face, they face, and while hoarding secrets may be tradition, sometimes it can get a bit irritating.
I agree. Which is why when Xander was saying that he wanted to be more, to like lose some of these traditions, I do agree with him. I just didn't agree with the way he did it. But
yeah, again, influence by a green dragon can lead people to some dark places.
Absolutely. But what he said wasn't wrong, and I do agree with you guys about it too. And I was also stuck in that same mentality too, which is why it took me so long to finally, reveal it all, because it's kind of drilled into you at a young age, and to just be wary about who and what you say to people, especially people that you've been, on a journey on for quite some time now. So.
Now that we know this, and that is quite useful to know, but doesn't really get us anywhere closer to solving our issue about the dragon child. We need this soul egg. That is, in my mind, priority number one.
Yes.
Because without it, that thing's just, even if we do kill it, it's just going to revive itself somewhere else and turn into that big fucker who haunts my nightmares.
What we know, like if we were to kill the dragon again, if it would take some time for him to regenerate or something like that. Like,
that's a question for your mother. She has. she's the dragon expert, but it might have annoyed her away.
I could try asking to see if she knows if there's a time period to it. Is there like a time limit as to like how long it would take, or if it's instantaneous.
Well, again, your mother did say they destroyed the soul egg, or someone destroyed the soul egg, so she probably wouldn't know. If that's
Oh, okay.
she probably if she did kill that green dragon by destroying its soul egg,
Mhm.
I suppose it might have regenerated a couple times before.
Mhm.
She might be privy to that. It's just the fact that we have pretty much zero idea of where this egg could be. We've got like 3 locations. There's back in the orc hole. I don't want to just scour the mountainside because it could be anywhere. It's a big ass dragon.
Exactly. But another thing that like bothers me is I wonder why she wants us to keep it secret.
No,
I feel like this is very important. This is sentimental. Like it could spell the end of my grove. We take it back to say if Kyler is the dragon, we take him back to Silverleaf.
Do you want to make an insight check?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell when she was talking to you. It could be that there is something in particular that she doesn't want to share, or that there's something nefarious going on. Even with a 7, and you know your mother well, you suspect it's more likely that she's simply sticking to the tradition of her status and her authority to share certain things with certain people.
Right, but I wouldn't think like to myself like why wouldn't she want the other elders to know?
Sure. You touched on it previously, and she talked about it a little bit. She didn't want to incite panic.
Within the elders, like not so much with the populace.
With the populace.
Right, but like more specifically, like why wouldn't she want me, or why wouldn't she herself like share it with like per se like my dad or my grandfather or something like that?
You don't know.
I
That she
wouldn't
has.
give anything to Fenrir. I wouldn't.
Well, I know for sure I told Hans, and Hans kind of just dismissed it.
Yeah, we still don't know how that interaction went out because Hans went to speak with Fenrir about it, so maybe they already know. We don't know how if your mother managed to intercept him.
All I say is you
True.
get the sense that there is more to this than obviously meets the eye with regards to why this information is being kept coy.
I don't know. I guess I remain suspicious even though I don't really have anything to go on. But I don't know. I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like I don't know if you guys want to share it with somebody else or listen to her and just keep it to ourselves, or not tell anybody and just kind of like go for Kyler, or wait until we get to Silverleaf. So many things to do.
This is a shot in the dark. But did I see anything at all? Sorry. Shot in the dark. Did I see anything at all egg-shaped going through Death Cavern? Orc hole. Nothing egg-shaped comes to mind.
The only egg that you can recall in recent memory was the one that was stuck in you long ago in Vanderland.
I had a good...
Rip egg.
Yeah. R.I.P.
You put the egg on the graveyard.
But Boring, can I have a perception check, please?
You can try.
Make me.
These conversations
go.
are going on, and obviously you've got your head slightly on a swivel. You know, you're out on the open now, and things are a little bit different. So I'm asking you because I believe that you're somebody who would be keeping an eye out periodically. You notice very strangely that amongst those that are walking alongside this wagon, the 5 of you, maybe a couple on horseback, there's a 6th person that's been walking along with you. You don't know when they got there. They're wearing a cloak. They're wearing a long, light brown woolen cloak pulled up over their head. Very close proximity to all of you. None of you have noticed.
Yeah, I guess so I can't see any features of them then, like the face or.
Not right now.
Okay. I guess I'll just turn to them and say, just kind of like friendly and just say, "Oh, I didn't see you there."
They tend to face you. I have completely forgotten the fucking name. Where is it gone? Not good.
So the nameless man speaks.
Wait. Got it.
Norman names.
Fucking note here somewhere.
Namey McNamerson.
Just get RJ to name them. It'll be like Bradley or something.
The individual you see is that turns to you as you speak to them. It's a human woman, dark skinned, long curly black hair, and it's Mira.
Mira the wizard? Is that who Mira is?
Isn't she she's the
Mira,
golden vault
the
lady?
golden vault bitch.
Oh, is she Golden Bolt? I can't remember.
It's Mira here. Hello, Laborin.
Mira over here.
Thought you might have been a little bit more perceptive to my arrival. You've all been quite tricky to track down. You pressed the button and moved on a little bit too fast for us to keep up. We didn't want to intrude on this lovely little encampment that you've been staying at for a while.
Yeah. Apologies. The button pressing becomes a thing when everyone else doesn't really know what to do, and then we do it, and then we seem to move on. And I don't know how to tell you that we've moved. But I'm glad you found us.
Ideally, if you press the button, it's good to stay where you are so I can find you.
Good luck trying to keep these in one place long enough. I remember. Why did we call them?
This was ages ago when we were trying to figure out.
Long time ago.
Was it because of the Feywild, or did we have a different idea for ringing them? That's what I can't remember.
Wasn't that the
We
letter?
were talking about Feywild, but I can't remember. I don't think we called her for that because
Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to do that. Sure,
they wouldn't be able to do that.
Lawkeeper, it was all about.
I call upon your power.
Like I remember
Call
doing
out,
it. It's just like
Adam.
there's just this one little mental block of why. Like I remember so much around it. But
No, we didn't. We paid off the debt like that night.
Oh, that was ages ago, Andy. You've
Andy,
obviously
get
missed
with
it.
Get with the times.
No back seat.
I sincerely hope you're not wasting my time again, Laborin. I'm sure there was something very important you needed to talk to me about.
Pick something up.
of course, just waiting for Pip, this woman in my head, to tell me exactly what it was for.
I think it was. Hello? I think it had something to do with all the Golden Hand Manchun stuff in Baldur's Gate. Because my note
Manchun.
when Lyrel came for the scroll that we found in the woods. And obviously we told her everything. And then This is the problem, is my notes aren't clear. And we were asking her about all this shit, and then we were like, oh, well, the golden hand, could it have something to do with the golden vault? And then my notes just say waiting for Mira to turn up.
Right.
In Baldur's Gate, Willow, you had an encounter.
Yeah.
You learnt the name of an organization that you wanted more information on.
Yeah, it was the golden hand, wasn't it? Please don't make me scroll that far back in my notes. This is a very full notebook.
The agile hand.
The agile hand.
Agile.
I knew it was something like that, and then
Administration.
it was because there's some kind of stupid fucking thievery guild,
they're
and we were like, oh, that might have some.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so LeBron thinks for a moment and gets inspiration out of nowhere, and just like,
No,
okay,
me.
You learnt that there was possibly a tenuous link between Alex, his brother, the agile hand, and a piece of the obelisk.
Okay. Yeah, so we learned some information about an organization. Well, the same information, just the name, really, a few other names. The Agile Hand, and a link between them and someone we used to travel with who seemed to betray us, but not done much since leaving, called Alex, and his brother, and a piece of an obelisk.
The agile hand, you say? Did you
So-
learn anything more than that name?
I don't believe so. Nothing too relevant. I can recount some of the adventures we went on. We fought a man called Manchun in Baldur's Gate. It was sort of was cutting people's hands off, if that's got anything to do with that organization. Well, I mean, it was Willow really who kind of learned a lot of information to do with our party member. And as I say a lot of information. We don't have as much as we'd like, but she was the one who confronted it.
They're manufacturing people. Mimicries of other races.
Well, interesting that you have come across the Agile Hand. They are in, I guess you could say, direct opposition to the Golden Vault. While we conduct our Thieves Guild under the impression of doing things for good, they are exactly the opposite. You believe they might have a piece of this obelisk?
We believe there's at least a link. We don't know the exact position of the obelisk itself. Maybe they're searching for it, or they already have it and plan to do something with it.
Well, the Agile Hand we know well. We confront each other quite regularly as we try and shift the tides of balance. They are led by a woman named Vidorant. A very well-skilled and dangerous assassin. They have a piece of this obelisk. It's likely contained within their vaults. But I will need to find out some more information about that before we can move much further on it. If you would like me to do so.
Yes, any information you could gather would be most helpful. And if you can establish that they do have this, or if they don't have it, what their plans are to find him. And I think we'd like to know so we can try and get it out of their hands and stop it from essentially falling into evil.
Yes, I would agree. A good use of the Golden Vault's resources if we can spare them. Very well. You are clearly quite busy with something else in the meantime.
You haven't happened to have seen an egg-shaped item on your travels here, have you?
I'm assuming you're talking about something more than just a simple chicken egg, my friend.
No, I'm in my mind, I'm imaging it significantly larger and maybe tinted slightly green.
I can't say I have. Care to share why?
We're currently experiencing a tiny bit of a large reptile problem.
Oh, you're being chased by another dragon?
Path
Same
chosen.
dragon, bit bigger this time.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get what I get the biz I'm trying to dish out here. Yo.
Tricky things, dragons.
If you find anything, hit it with something heavy.
I'll bear it in mind. I'm not currently on a hunt for any eggs, and if I were to find a dragon egg, I'd probably be looking in the wrong places for the things I am looking for, so...
Smack
Before you go and find this information, I mean, I've been quite contemplative. That's a word. Recently, and
Contemplative?
That's the one. I grew up on the streets.
Oh, I know that.
So
On the
that's
streets.
sort of what I'm asking
the
about. There's still so much that I don't really know about. Well, my family, I guess. That not you necessarily specifically, but Golden Vault seems to know.
Well, Laborin, the Golden Vault is difficult to make your way into, and you've been given an opportunity to do that. I'm willing to help you, and the Golden Vault will be willing to help you too in the interest of this shard, but if you want to learn more, there's probably more things you need to do to help us to learn that. I don't have it, but there are people within the Golden Vault that will. You find the time and you're willing to lend a hand, let me know and I'll make sure the right people are giving you the right challenges to improve yourself.
I understand. I'll try my best to do what is asked of me.
Sounds good. Where are you headed, by the way?
To a druid's grove.
Oh, well, I mean, that was quite obvious. Which one?
None that you know of, wench. Comedic retract.
Bald and look at Bald.
That's a comedic retraction.
It was above the table.
Yeah, I was above the table. I was thinking it, but I was just staring blankly like, you motherfucker better not say shit.
It's very secretive, as you don't have my secrets to give. These aren't my secrets to give you either.
Ah. Well tested. Not sharing secrets. We know all about Silverleaf Grove, Lowborn. Well done.
You nearly called him Baldwin there.
Yeah, you did.
Nice. I noticed that.
Silverleaf Grove, an interesting place. Fraught with secrecy and shadow. I'm sure you'll find things there that you
Yeah,
least expect.
Frustratingly so.
Hmm.
I will try my best to least expect a fucking egg.
I don't think you're going to find an egg in Silverleaf Grove, my blue friend. Probably have to
Right,
look
I
way beyond its borders to be able to do that. Would you like me to keep an ear out for green dragons as well while I'm at it?
We've sort of got a bead on them, but if it's within your, if it pops up,
If it pops.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you know a lot about Silverleaf Grove, I wouldn't, as you say, they're full of secrets, so maybe you don't, but the whole reason why we got into all this messes again regarding the obelisk, you wouldn't happen to know anything about their involvement in it, would you?
No. I'm afraid I don't. The obelisk itself is somewhat of a mystery. To you as it is to us. Clearly it has some importance, based on what you've told me. And it worries us enough to give it some attention. We conduct a lot of espionage around Faerun, so Silverleaf Grove isn't really much of a concern. We have our ways in and ways out should we need to, but for now, it's not a concern.
Oh, thank you for being due diligent in finding us and for your help.
Of course, I will put some attention back into the Agile Hand. We have many spies and thieves that are trying to infiltrate, so if I learn something new, I'll let you know. I recommend, when you're done, make your way back to Baldur's Gate and hit the button, and we'll find you again. If you're ready, of course.
Understand?
If there's nothing else, I will journey on.
Don't think there is anything else, unless one of you guys want to ask them anything.
If you come across someone in the Agile Hand who looks like his hair is on fire, his name is Lee. Please feel free to pass along that he's still a raging cunt.
Mhm.
And I hope he enjoyed his swim.
She completely no faces that. Well, if I do end up talking to him, I'll be sure to let him know that you're still a fan. By the way, you might want to look out for that. And that's where we'll end the session.
Wait, that as in her?
She points off
Nope, it's going to be that as in a perception check. It's
into
going to be the first
distance
roll
and
of the
away
next
from the
session.
caravan.
Egg?
An egg.
An egg. Please be
Is it
an
a
egg.
flying egg?
Oh, my dream.
She wasn't pointing at the ground.
The ground?
That's what we said, flying egg. Flying eggs don't walk.
Oh. I don't see it.
Absolutely a fucking green
Anyway.
dragon just hovering about the place.
We'll see everybody next week.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.